Welcome back to the warm-up, everybody. It is trade deadline day. Let's go. I'm
Sir.
your host, Jah. We got Ben here today. And yeah, Ben, it's been a crazy 48, 72 hours. You called it about 3 weeks ago. You said it's going to be dead until the week of. And here we
Yep.
are. The deadline's here. And expect unexpected. It's been an absolute whirlwind of like moves and surprising trades, and yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna get into all that.
Oh, heck yeah. Pretty much just like you said, right? We know how this deadline works, right? It's usually the week before, but like I gotta say,
Yeah,
one thing that's different about this deadline is I don't think I've ever seen the quantity of deals leading up on like the Tuesday and Wednesday, right?
yeah,
Like this is crazy. Like it was
yeah,
like there was movement all day long. And I was like,
yeah.
well, shoot. Like if this is what, Tuesday and Wednesday are going to look like, what the heck is Thursday going to look like? Because that's usually like the day where like the small transactions go down. So I'm interested to see what
Right.
happens in these next couple hours.
Yeah, these next couple hours, we're getting down to, I feel like no big trades will happen. I think the Giannis noise has died down. I think this is officially an
Yeah.
off-season thing. I hope I'm wrong. I would love to, react to it live on here, but it's feeling more like it's an off-season thing for sure.
Yeah. I would love to be surprised and, be like, have my jaw hit the floor, at some point during this stream. But like, I ultimately don't think it's going to go down unless Miami sweeps in because we know Golden
Yeah.
State's out. We know Minnesota's
Mm-hmm.
probably out. So now it's a matter of like, look, does Miami have like one last thing that they want to do, or like do the Bucks like do like one more like move to try to convince Giannis to stay? I've been hearing a lot about John Morant this morning, so I'll have to kind of see what happens there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so much to
Yeah.
cover, man.
Besides Giannis, there's still Ja that still has to be moved. Like, there's still a couple people that I feel that have to be moved before the deadline's over. Cam Thomas is another that comes to mind. The Chris
Mm.
Paul trade is still not finalized, so we'll definitely get some movement. But I hope it's that Giannis trade, man.
Oh no, that would be amazing for sure. Where should we start, dude? Like what trade should we kick off with?
uh, let's start off with the most surprising trade. I feel like it was
Okay.
that Jaren Jackson Jr. trade for
Mm-hmm.
me
Yeah.
personally. I've heard rumblings that they were thinking about trading Triple J, and I was like,
So much
I
here.
always thought it would be a move after they moved on from Ja. And then I definitely didn't think the team that he would go to would be the Utah Jazz. But you got the Utah Jazz here. They're doing a little pre-agency. They're looking for next year. Don't expect Jaren Jackson Jr. to play a lot this season.
No.
They still have to keep their pick top, 6 or 8 protected from going to OKC.
I believe it's 8. Yeah,
8. So
it's 8. Yeah.
yeah, so I don't expect him to play, but what a fascinating
Yeah.
um front court for sure.
Yeah, I think
Absolutely insane.
this really came out of left field because like we really didn't know what Memphis's like goal was going to be going into
Yeah,
this deadline. Were they going to like keep the team intact or were they going to blow it up? And then this was the clear sign that they were going to blow it up.
yeah,
For Utah, I think it's interesting because you have to really ask yourself the question like, look, what are you trying to do here? Is it like, are you trying to compete or are you like kind of trying to load up your young assets to kind of continue to slowly go up in the Western Conference standings as the years go on? I don't think they're ready for I don't really think they're ready to compete yet. So it's like that was the only question I had about this move going into it. But
mm-hmm.
you do have a great front court,
Yeah,
and we'll kind of see what Utah decides to do. Obviously, like sending out 3 first-round picks is a lot, and now Memphis has like as many first-round picks as like I believe it's like
second most in the league.
OKC. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff to throw around at the league and kind of make some moves, but it's a really interesting move for both sides. And this was kind of when I realized like, oh, the deadline's here because it was like the most random move I've ever seen. So
Yeah,
see what happens.
yeah. It was for me. From the Utah's point of view, I don't think they do this deal if
Mhm.
Keontae George doesn't look like the backcourt player that he has been this season.
Yeah.
Um, I think him taking this leap and him still being on a rookie scale deal kind of gave them the wiggle room because they were going to have cap space over the summer, and you have to get to the minimum amount of salary spend, and so they went out, took a risk on Jaren Jackson Jr. for a
Yeah.
team that's 29th in defense. You bring Jaren Jackson Jr., you get Walker Kessler healthy next year, Lowry marketing. Like, this is an enormous, like, and then insert. And I mean, what if they get a top 4 pick this year? They don't even
I
need the
know.
pick. If they get a top 4 pick, I mean, this team's going to be right up there in the playoff mix for next year.
No, yeah, I fully agree.
I actually, I mean, the more I thought about it, the more I love this trade for Utah. Um, in the West, where everybody feels like there's size everywhere, they went fully into the size, and Will Hardy will definitely scheme these guys up to have like, oh well, we'll have Jaren at the 5, Lowry at the 4, or like he could totally mix and match everything, and I think it's going to be super interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure. I think my biggest question is, it's like, okay, what does Memphis do now, right? Because John Morant's still on the team, and it's
Yeah,
like, if you're committing to a full rebuild, he can't be on the team. So it's like,
yeah,
I'll be interested to see, like, is there a taker today before the 2 p.m. I mean, or 3 p.m. Eastern time deadline? Is there going to be a taker that's going to be like, hey, we understand Jaw's value, we understand his talent, and then you have to really look at it from that perspective and say, okay, do I want to invest the next couple of years into taking on his contract?
yeah,
And do I believe that he can be able to, contribute to whatever team he goes to, whether it's Sacramento, whether it's Miami? It's like, we're going to slowly have to figure out, like, what does that look like for him? So I fully expect him to be dealt before the deadline. And then I think for Memphis, it's just going to be like, okay, we've committed to the vision here. We're going to rebuild. We have a young core, and move on from there.
yeah. Nah, yeah, I totally agree. I think Ja will get dealt today.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that being said, there's only 4 hours left, so kind of has to happen soon.
Soon, yeah.
Um, I've heard, like you said at the top of the show, Milwaukee has been involved. The Heat are involved. I heard the Kings are still monitoring the situation, which is kind of weird because they still have Levine and DeMar, and I feel like they still have some moves to do, but who knows?
Yeah.
But
I don't know. We're going to see. But that's all. I guess, is there anything else you have to add for that trade?
no, it's just a crazy trade. I'm advocating uh like for teams around the league that have different like that have been tanking for a while, um kind of go in, like take chances on these like low level all stars and try to compete, like try to just flip around your season in one go around. And you kind of saw that with yesterday's trades with the Wizards, but we'll get to that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yes, we will. So I guess we can move on to the next one that went down. This one was a bit interesting for me. Minnesota, Detroit agreed to a multi-team deal that sent Jaden Ivey and Mike Conley to the Bulls, and Kevin Huerter and Dario Saric to the Pistons. This was one of the smaller deals that went down on Tuesday. What are your thoughts on this one?
um This trade, when it first went down, I was very animated. Like when it first went down, I was like, oh, this is opening a little more wiggle room to bring in more salaries and a potential Giannis deal. And then as time went on, it looked less and less likely that the Wolves would be able to get Giannis. So now when I
Mm-hmm.
look at it from Chicago's perspective, you're taking a chance on Jaden Ivey, who I still think has all the talent in the world, and Detroit just wasn't ready to give him the money he probably wanted, and he probably just needed to be in a situation where he can do his own thing a little bit.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
yeah, it was clear that the Ivy thing wasn't working out. And Mike Conley still remains interesting because he's been rerouted already, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with him. Yeah, initially, because we talked about this, initially we thought this was going to be a precursor to the Giannis deal because they cleared some space. And
mm-hmm.
even Sham said it himself. Don't think that's going to be the case anymore. But you know, Minnesota gets some cap space here. The Bulls get some young guards, and believe me, we'll get into that.
Yeah,
And you know, Not really much else to say here. I like Kevin Huerter for the Pistons. It's just another shooter you can add because one thing that you added on the Pistons was like, hey, they got to get some more shooting with the Malik Beasley thing. And while Kevin Huerter is not obviously your first option on the market, I mean like he's still a great shooter. He can get it done. So I mean we'll see how many minutes he gets there. But I like this deal for all sides.
Yeah, one thing on the Chicago front too. They just re-signed Josh Giddey. Is this the shooting guard they want next to Giddey for the next coming years? I don't know. So it's a little interesting. They're taking all these swings on a bunch of these guards that we'll get into, but I do like Ivy having a fresh start because the Pistons are rolling without him, to be quite frank. And I did think they would use his contract and Tobias Harris to go get some more of a win now move, but because who was it? It was Herter that went to the Pistons, right? I mean, I love that for the Pistons. They lost Malik Beasley in that
got the shooting we talked about.
I love that. So good trade all around. I think I didn't hate it at all for any friends. Just
no, for sure. Yeah, I enjoyed that one too. So we got that one. What was next? Okay, this one was where it got really interesting. Vucevic to Boston, Simons to the Bulls. What do we think on this one?
Yeah, I love this trade for the Celtics to finally get a big where he does everything that the Celtics want to do. That he shoots, he's hit some big clutch games this year, big clutch shots this year in some big games. He's just another big. They needed just another presence. I was kind of shocked though. I feel like they kind of sold low on Simons, and I feel like I kind of grew fond of Simons over this past year because I felt like there wasn't a lot of expectations for him. So I don't know. It kind of just sucks, but the deal's not finalized yet, and it's been 2 days now. So that is interesting.
Yeah, I think like many of the point guards that Chicago has been sifting through these past couple days, I think Simons will be a reroute candidate in these next couple of hours. I genuinely have lost track of who is still on their roster at this point. Even after this morning, I actually could not give you a straight answer. So we'll see what happens there. My roommate was telling me, I don't know if this is true or not. Their tallest player right now is 6'9".
Yeah, under contract. Yeah,
dude, bro, Chicago's not done yet. There's gonna be a lot more stuff going on with that. When I first saw this, I was kind of confused. I really liked Anthony Simons on the Celtics. I thought he was playing really well. So for me, it didn't make sense. But I guess now that I look at it, even after moving on from Porzingis, Vucevic Boston needed a big, so Vucevic will fill that role. And then Simons, we obviously don't know if he's going to end up on the Bulls or somewhere else. He's a great value add wherever he ends up today. I think whoever gets him is getting an absolute steal of a player. He's shown his potential for a couple years now, so it'll be interesting to see where he goes.
Yeah, so I mean they have to though, right? Because like you can't have Simons and Ivy. Like that's just a lot of redundancy. I feel like. I think Simons can help a lot of people out though. Like he's had a great year.
Like okay, so Ao is gone. Kobe White is gone. Yep. Mike Conley is gone. They got Dillingham in that trade. You know that, right?
Yeah, they got Dillingham. They signed Mac McClung this morning. Trey Jones is on the roster still. Josh Giddey. I mean, they have guards galore. Like I made a joke yesterday. I was like, "You're not a guard in this league till you've gone through Chicago." Like it's just.
I know our good friend, bro. Ronnie's so upset. I feel so bad, bro. Like I think there'll be more movement with that today, but we'll have to see what happens there. Any other comments on this one?
Just last thing I would say. I hope just with the whole guard thing, I hope they turn one of those guards into some size, some bigs at least. They just don't have any rim protection, and they can find it. I know they can.
There's a lot of bigs on the market today too, so we'll see if Chicago makes a move or two to kind of balance out the size on their team.
Yeah.
Just reloading shops. Nothing new as of yet. Okay, so we got that one. Then this was probably the most unexpected, I would say. Yeah. We were talking about this one. I believe it was on. Was it Tuesday night? Yeah. No, Monday night.
Monday it broke, but it wasn't official till the next day.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this one? I'll let you start.
I like this trade for Cleveland. I don't love it. I hate getting 10 years older, but if it means Donovan Mitchell will resign, then you have to do it
Mhm.
every single time. I think Harden brings a level of playmaking that Garland could do, but I think this slows down Cleveland's offense a little bit, which is very intriguing to me. And I think he's gonna help Jared Allen. He's gonna help in Evan Mobley. Like he's really gonna help these bigs, put them in the right positions to play. And even Donovan Mitchell, like he could play off ball. He played with CP3. But this is more Harden. I would compare this more when Harden and Kyrie were teamed up. It's
Yeah.
Kyrie, go get 30 tonight. I'm gonna get 17 assists. And I
Mhm.
think this is a match made in heaven. For the Clippers side, I hate it. They only got one, they got 1 second. And I love Darius Garland. And I think in 4 years, this trade could look insanely good for them. But to be quite frank, their pick is still owed to OKC this year. Garland has had some real injury concerns. I mean, real injury concerns where it's like, oh, like, is he okay? He's rumored to come back pretty soon. He got a plate in his shoe. He has all these things that is gonna try to help him play through it. But man, when Garland's right,
Oh
he's
yeah.
absolutely unbelievable. It's like, but when's he right? You know what I mean? So
No, yeah, I fully agree. Sorry, I gotta plug something in. All right, there we go. Yeah, I fully agree with that, honestly. I think the biggest thing for the Cavs was their just the inability for him to stay on the floor. And like even in the playoffs last year with the toe injury, yeah, I think it was just from their point of view, it was just time. Like I said, I don't like getting 10 years older as well. And you're
mm-hmm.
right. If it gets Mitchell to resign, then sure. And I think you also have like you never know. They might recruit LeBron to go play there for 1 year.
Oh God,
You
who's gonna
truly
play
never know.
defense? Oh God.
That dude, they would be the unction if that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I want to look at this from the Clippers side. So I guess we can honestly say now the unction junction plan just did not work.
Mm-hmm.
You had Kawhi, you had Harden, you had Chris Paul, you had you know all these guys that unfortunately it just wasn't going to work there. And Paul was the first to go. Kawhi's playing great. He's actually healthy. Good for him. And they were winning all these games, and it never materialized to the dominance that they were looking for. Now I will say this: if your plan is to reload, I think Garland's the perfect guy. He's young. He's a great point guard. I like him next to Kawhi. I think it'll be good. If I'm the Clippers, I would just continue to try to get younger because I think that's the way that the league is trending. Obviously, like I've said 1,000 times on this stream, Oklahoma City is your best example, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll kind of just have to wait and see what happens there. But I think the Clippers will be in good shape.
Yeah, we got a comment from Frost. He said Harden can never stick with one team for very long. Kind of seems washed nowadays. What do you got to say to that?
I mean, it's honestly not wrong to be honest with you. I mean, like there's a level of commitment issues with Harden. They're kind of disappointing. I don't even think Cleveland will be the last team. I don't think he'll retire with Cleveland. I think he'll go somewhere
Yeah,
else. To be honest with you,
yeah,
as far as his productivity on the court, I mean, Harden can still get you 40 like
yeah.
whenever he needs to. He's obviously not the MVP James Harden, but
Right.
um, when it comes to his fit with the Cavs, I'll have to see what him and Mitchell look like on the floor together. I'm kind of intrigued to see what that looks like, but
Yeah,
do I expect Bro to, show up in the playoffs when it really matters for this team? I
yeah.
don't. I'm just gonna be honest with you, but we'll just have to see what happens. That's my thoughts. What about you?
Yeah, I completely agree. Like I think when it comes like him being washed, it's only in the context come playoff time. You know what I mean? Like he still in the regular season, I thought arguably could have been an all-star this year. He's really catapulted the Clippers to they were 6-20 at one point. Now
Hmm.
they're 23-25. Like that's insane. So
Hmm.
I mean he's shown us time and time again when it's time to get paid. If you're not willing to pay him, he will make it uncomfortable. He will request a trade, and he will be moved on. From the standpoint, like you said on the court, oh, this is a match made in heaven for guys like Evan Mobley, Jared Allen.
Yeah,
On
no, I
top of
agree.
that, I love him next to like a Dennis Schroeder, a Keon Ellis that they just traded for. Like I think their guard depth in Cleveland is really good, especially when you have to play teams in the East like a Tyrese Maxey, a Tyrese Halliburton, a Jalen Brunson, a Tyler Hero,
Yeah.
Emmanuel Quickly. Like there's small guards that you have to defend out there. So I think they've done a pretty good job this deadline for sure.
Yeah. They also played, the new additions played very well last night. I think that was a very encouraging sign for Cleveland as well.
Yeah.
I saw a few
Mobley
highlights.
too.
Yeah. Keon, from what I saw, played really well. Him and Schroeder had a really nice play off of a Clippers inbound where they just stole it and kicked it out to Keon, and he splashed down.
I'm not going to be shocked when Keon's just really good for a contending team because the Kings are just stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Keon, at the whole league wanted Keon Ellis. It was like 17 rumored teams, and Keon and the Kings, who are like, lottery team, they're like, you know what? I don't want to resign him. Like, well, okay, like that's interesting.
No, Keon's response to the thank you post was everything on Instagram. He was like, bruh, because he wasn't getting used the right way. So I'm excited to see how he does. It was a good pickup for Cleveland.
Yeah.
Let's see, what is the next trade we have? We've got.
We got another comment here.
Oh yeah,
from King Lathan. He said, "What do you guys think the Bulls' plan is? Are they tanking or just winging it? The recent trades don't make sense, in my opinion." Yes, I think they're winging it, to be honest with you. I think they finally came to the conclusion like being mediocre sucks and you can't build a team around it. But unfortunately, they won too many games in the best draft class in years to be a top lottery team. So, I mean, they'll get passed up by Charlotte. Charlotte will make the play-in game, so they won't be in the play-in at least. So the play-in Bulls will retire from the residency from the past 5 years. But yeah, I don't know the Bulls' plan. It's hard for me to judge them completely because the deadline's still not over. Like Ben said, they still have to make a couple trades, but yeah, it's rocky right now. Especially they didn't get a single first from anybody they traded over the past 4 years, so it's kind of weird.
I'll try and answer the question. I have no idea, bro. Like, I have no idea what the heck they're doing. It definitely in a tank, and if there's more trades, maybe they're not winging it. I have no idea. I wish Ronnie was here. He'd probably explain it better than I can. But we're just gonna have to wait and see, man. I think there's gonna be more deals to be made. If this is how they end it, I'm gonna be so
there's no way. There's no way they
I'm
can
gonna be
end it.
so confused. So, they were the first trade to break this morning around, what was it, like 9:30 Texas, like 7:30, on the West Coast, like pretty early. So, I feel like they're gonna be working the phones today.
Yeah, I mean they have to. I mean they have no side. They don't have a center.
They got nothing. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Good comment, King Lathan. All right, let's go ahead and address the big one yesterday, the big shocker. AD traded to the Washington Wizards for basically the swap of, what is it, 7 to 8 players and 5 picks. There's a lot to break down here. Give me your honest assessment on this one.
So anytime you see an 8-player trade and 8 players in the trade, you're kind of like, whoa, who got traded for what? And then I feel like if you completely extract it from Dallas's point of view, it's like, hey, we're just moving on from Anthony Davis. If you look at it from the Luka lens, it doesn't make sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look at it strictly from this trade. Hey, it's Cooper Flag time. We're starting to just build around him, and we're moving off all of this dead money that we don't want, including Anthony Davis, D'Angelo Russell, who fell out the rotation, Dante Exum, who's hurt for the rest of the year, and then Jaden Hardy, who's fallen out the rotation to some extent. So from that point of view, strictly, I love this trade for Dallas because now you're flipping the page on a new book, and hey, it's Cooper Flag time. They have all this cap space. They have this trade exception. Like now, it's really time to reset and build their team around Cooper Flag. A bunch of shooters, a bunch of, Kyrie comes back. They still need a couple more ball handlers and some playmakers. But hey, this is a step. From Washington's point of view, I think this is one of those kind of like when we talked about with Utah and Jaren Jackson Jr. It's like, hey, we're trying to be bad the rest of this season, but to start next season, we want to be good. Washington had $80 million in cap space. space. They traded for Trae Young. They traded for Anthony Davis. They have to get to that minimum salary amount somehow. So you extend these two players, hopefully build up their value. And I kind of like this trade for Washington. Like, you kind of look around the East, you're like, hey, could this team fully healthy kind of be like an A seed next year? Like, I don't know, maybe, but I like Sar and Anthony Davis defensively because Sar is taking a huge leap defensively this year. You pair that, Anthony Davis is a defensive monster on his own.
Yep.
And then you got Trae Young, all these lob partners. I mean, Trae Young is going to have all these alley-oops. He'll probably lead the league in lobs next season, but it all comes down to health. That kind of low risk, high reward type of thing for me. What about you?
Yeah, I'll go and give my honest thoughts. I think this was a really good trade for both sides. I don't really, have any other big thoughts other than that. I just want to give, like, first off, hats off to, the Mavs front office on this one. I think this was a great trade for the organization. There's a lot of great people in Dallas that want this team to succeed, and this was a clear, this was a clear measure of that. I just want to give my hats off to them on that. And to speak for the Anthony Davis fit, only played 29 games in Dallas. I think it was just time. I don't think anybody disagrees with me on that one. I'm very intrigued by the player haul, first and foremost. I don't know if Marvin we'll have to see what happens with Marvin Bagley. I really like A.J. Johnson. He's a young prospect. You can kind of just be like, okay, he fits the flag timeline. Let's give him some minutes and see what he does. Chris Middleton, we'll have to wait and see what happens with him. I want to emphasize the picks, right? Because these aren't these aren't like flashy first round picks. There's a top 20 protection on the Warriors one, and the 2026 one is OKC's. If I'm being honest with you, I didn't expect picks to be thrown our way, period. So I'm happy getting 3 seconds and 2 first round picks in this trade. I think that exceeds anything you would have gotten, like, from the Atlanta Hawks or anything like that, because the Hawks have been stingy with their picks. But, for the Wizards, I'll put it on their side. You basically got Trae Young and Anthony Davis for, not much of your future. And, you got rid of some bad contract, or you got rid of some expiring contracts that Dallas will be able to utilize for cap space. Both teams really just did a great job here. I didn't expect the Wizards to be a landing spot. So I'm happy for both sides. But once again, hats off to the Mavs on this one. They did a great job.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably the worst picks probably ever traded in like a big all-star trade like this. But like you said, if you weren't even expecting to get a pick, you know what I mean? Like, it's pretty amazing that they were able to get 2, given the circumstances. So, yeah.
I would also say, like, when you look at these picks, like, these can also be flipped on draft night to move up. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fact that you even have, like, a pick down there,
the optionality,
because let's say you're at 30, right? It's OKC's pick. You could get up to like 25 in that range and be like, hey, there's a guy I really want to get. Let's go up there with this 30th pick, rather than pulling something out of thin air and saying like, okay, well, I'm going to have to trade a lot to even get into this part of the draft.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have picks there. The Warriors top 20 protected one, that's so far down the road that it's like, you could also flip that one for something else. And you get under the tax of the first apron and the second apron. You no longer have to worry about that tax threshold. And, they have the trade exception, just in a really great spot financially, man, to go build around a 19-year-old superstar who has legitimately proven at this point that he is that guy. So, definitely excited about this. This was some exciting news yesterday for sure.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree. I got nothing to add there. Do you think this is it for Dallas? Because I think this is the last time Dallas gets brought up.
Do you think it's it?
I personally, I could see them kind of standing pat now.
Okay.
I thought Gafford could be on the move. Oh, actually, I mean, I think Clay could still get moved. I just don't know what his value is, and I would hate for them to attach something with him. I thought Gafford would definitely get moved, but I'm kind of hesitant on that now.
Yeah, I think there's also a scenario in which we could see like the Mavs use that exception or something to take on a bad contract, maybe get some more picks. Wouldn't discount them for a move like that, but I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see what unfolds for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
What do we got next? That was all of that. Okay, this one's underrated in my opinion. What do you got on this one?
I think the defending champs got the almost rookie of the year last year.
Okay.
And we're gonna look back at this trade. And I mean, it could completely backfire. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
I love Jared McCain coming out of the draft. I'm a big Duke fan. I loved him when he was in Duke. Um, OKC can't use all. We talk about this all the time. OKC can't use all their picks. They can't use all their picks because they have Shea, they have Chet, they have J Dub all under contract. So you took a swing on a guy on his rookie deal who kind of has fallen out the rotation because the Sixers had Edgecombe, Maxey, and Grimes. And hey, this guy's a shooter, and he's surrounded by the most elite defense in the league. He's surrounded by Lou Dort, Casey Wallace's, and Shays, and J Dubs, and Chets, and like I love this. I love this trade for them, especially with Shay's kind of a little banged up, J Dubs banged up. Like they needed some guard help, and I think McCain could revive a little bit of his career in OKC for sure.
Do you hear a vacuum right now?
No.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jarrett McCain. Yeah, I was telling my roommate's an OKC fan. We've talked about this. I was telling him last night, like, at this point, you're such a valuable franchise when it comes to picks and compensation. They probably realize, like, this is probably not true, but like my joke was, it's like they probably realized that Shea was going to be out for a couple weeks and said, you know what, we'll just go get a guard with a couple of our picks to fill in while he's gone. That's kind of the way I viewed this, because like essentially, OKC's complete, right? So Jarrett McCain will do nothing but add to their success. I think he's a great player, and if he doesn't get hurt last year, I think he's the rookie of the year, right?
100%.
In kind of a weak class. So I'm excited to see what this looks like for OKC. It's a great pickup. It's an underrated pickup, and I think it's only going to add to their depth. Like I think this is a low risk scenario because you dealt a Rockets pick that's going to be high in the draft this year in a couple seconds. So it's like you're not going to look back on this trade and be like, oh man, we gave up so much, because the Rockets are not going to be a lottery team. So really, really good job by them.
I think last thing on this, I think it's important to like the team he's going to. He's not being asked to be the sixth man off the bench. He's probably like their 8th or 9th best player. Like they're just adding more depth at the guard position that they really don't have, and they love AJ Mitchell. They still have Jada, Isaiah Joe. Like he's probably like their 9th or 10th best player, which is insane.
Yeah. But good trade for OKC. Can't really complain. You have anything else to add on this one?
No.
All right, let's just keep it moving then. Jared McCain. All right, this one, I have a lot of thoughts on this one. Kobe White to the Hornets. Oh, Colin Sexton. That's another name we forgot. Still on the Bulls roster. Goodness gracious. Yeah, still on the Bulls roster. So, Ja, tell me how you feel about this one.
I mean, personally, I love Kobe White, like just as a pure basketball player. I loved him in Chicago, but I'm kind of a little upset that he's going to Charlotte. I think there's a lot of redundancy with him in Charlotte, but they flipped him for Colin Sexton. I like what Charlotte's doing. They're going all in on offense, but I kind of wanted to see Kobe in like a more like starter role, like a Minnesota, a Houston. Like I wanted to really see him be that starting point guard. But I mean, for Charlotte, you're going all in on offense. You're going all in on this team that's on this crazy run right now. And hey, like he's definitely going to help. A lot of people need the ball. A lot of people need to get shots up on this team. They're first in pace right now, and it's not even close over the last like couple games. So yeah, I don't know.
Once again, confusion on the Bulls' part. I absolutely like adore this move for the Charlotte Hornets. I'm not going to lie to you, because Colin Sexton wasn't really giving them the production they needed, and Kobe White is obviously a step up. And Charlotte's on this, like you said, crazy run right now. And I thought this was a playoff team before this trade happened. I definitely think they're a playoff team now.
Playoff or play in?
Play off. They will make it out of the play-in. They will smack down the Bulls. They will smack down the Hawks. I forget who else is in the play-in right now. Who's the 7 and 8? I just named the 9 and 10. Let me look real quick. We got. Let me pull it up. All right, NBA standings. Okay, it's the Heat and the
is
Magic. I'm not gonna lie, like I'm taking the Hornets over maybe the Magic would take them out. I don't know. I'm taking the Hornets over 3 of those playing teams. So
the Heat.
what?
No, I'm just saying the Heat are. So it's like Heat
Oh,
is 7, Orlando's 8.
yeah. Um, so like, dude, I genuinely think the Hornets have a chance if they continue to win because like they've been putting together like solid wins. They beat the Sixers by 50. You know what I'm saying? And they're just hot right now. So it's like, and I love underdog stories. So I'm gonna take them. I think they'll make the playoffs. So especially if they can climb to the 8, I think that may be possible if they just continue to keep winning.
Mm-hmm.
But it's clear what Charlotte wants to do. Charlotte believes they have a underrated sleeper team on their hands, and I think the biggest key for them is that everyone's healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brandon Miller's finally healthy. LaMelo's finally healthy. And now you're
Mm-hmm.
adding Kobe White, who's an established point guard. I love this for them. We'll see what happens.
Do you think, just because I know I'll get asked, do you think that this is like LaMelo insurance in case they ever like, hey, we can move off LaMelo? Like, because
I think,
Kobe White's going to be a free agent this summer. Like, they have to
yeah,
re-sign him because I don't think you do this trade and lose him for nothing.
that solely depends on health, in my opinion. If LaMelo stays healthy, you have no reason to trade him because he's proven
Yeah.
that when he's healthy, he's that guy. If he's not, then yes, I do. If LaMelo continues to have the same chronic ankle issues that we've been discussing, and if he continues to miss time,
Yeah.
yes, this is LaMelo insurance. But I do not think so at the moment because like I said, with all those guys on the floor, they're winning and
Yeah.
they're doing it handily. So like I said, a lot of established wins. They beat the Spurs, they beat
Yeah.
the Sixers, um, and then the bad
Lakers,
teams that they're taking care of
OKC.
business. Yeah, and they had like a really bad first half against the Pelicans, down like 18 points, ended up winning the game by 10.
Yeah.
They thrashed OKC, like
Mm-hmm.
a lot of really good wins for them, and that's not just like that's not luck of the draw either. That's them putting this team together and going out with confidence every night and saying, hey, we're going to beat whoever's on the floor. And
Right.
I believe the streak's 7 now, and I'm just excited. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. No, I love this. Yeah, I like that. But I think the key to their success too is, like you said, I think it has been Brandon Miller's health. Like, I think him being
Hmm.
healthy, I think he is kind of like their X factor. Like, I'm a big believer in Brandon Miller. So
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. And then for the Bulls, wait, where did Jane go in this trade?
Jane went to the Bulls.
Went to went to the Bulls. Okay, that
Mhm.
that's actually a good pickup for them. I like
Yeah.
that because he's really good.
Yeah.
Um, then we have the Chris Paul and Ochai Abachi trade. I know you feel strongly about that one, but anything you'd like to comment on with that one?
No, I mean, I'm a big Ochai fan. So, I mean, him going to Brooklyn, I hope he could. He's having a really, really down year from shooting, but I think he's one of those 3-and-D wings that you buy low on, and you just hope for the regression to hit.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, not. I mean, for Chris Paul, I don't think he stays in Toronto. I think he gets rerouted by the end of the day, but or
Yeah.
bought out. But hope it's not the end for Chris Paul for sure.
Yeah, dude, that comment was hilarious. Did you see that?
Which one?
Bi when he sees CP3.
Oh, damn! I
Dude,
forgot about that.
that is so funny. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah, CP3 will get rerouted. Abachi's a great pickup for the Nets. I don't really have any other thoughts on this one. Pretty simplified trade.
yeah, and it's not concluded yet either. So
Yeah, no. And then another small one, Lonzo Ball to the Jazz. He will obviously not play a single minute there.
yeah.
Where do you think he ends up?
So before the Kobe White trade, I would have told you probably Charlotte. He
Hmm.
still could go to Charlotte. Yeah, me and my guys yesterday were talking, and he's just not the same guy he was.
No.
It's not 2021, I think, specifically what someone said. But what did I say?
We got a trade? Tell me we got a trade.
No, it's not a trade. It's just Jake Fisher. But
What do you say? I did see while we were on that Wendy said that the Heat are trying to improve their offer.
Oh, damn. Well, he said the Clippers have maintained a high asking price and draft capital for Zubac. Sources say I've been told that Zubac and Daniel Gafford in Dallas remain the Pacers' leading targets, finding a starting center for Tyrese Halliburton next season. So back to the Gafford thing.
Oh.
It's not.
Oh, okay. We'll see what happens there.
Side note on that with the Pacers, just real quick. Benedict Mathurin is super widespread. It's known that he will not be with the Pacers because they don't want to extend him. So it's kind of interesting if he does stay, what that means for him. But he should be.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that one for sure. Then the Atlanta Hawks got Jock Landale. Not really much to say there. Center depth.
Well, where do you think Lonzo's gonna go? By the way, sorry.
Oh, where do I think he's gonna go? I actually don't know. I wanted to speak to the Lonzo thing. I'm actually just glad he came back in general, man, because I didn't know if he was gonna ever play basketball again. So he's healthy. He's doing good. All my Houstonian friends want him to go to the Rockets. I hate that fit, honestly. I don't think that's great at all. I mean, like, you could try it maybe, but I don't like that. I did initially think Charlotte. Maybe you could. I don't know. I'd have to go look at the teams. How about you send him to Chicago? Why not?
Yeah.
Go put him on the Bulls. I don't know, honestly.
I mean, I don't want this to happen, but I could see Rob Pelinka, just because he's a name, going after a guy like that. Just, hey, Lakers' last roster spot goes to Lonzo Ball, and it's like the big name.
Why not?
But
yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. Real quick, guys, remember to comment below any thoughts you have, any questions as we continue to break down the deadline. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube. I am not certain yet, but did we hit the 100 subscriber threshold?
I don't think so.
I think we were like 98.
We're like 99 or something.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for us to.
It was close though.
I'm waiting for us to hit it, man. I'm excited when we hit that. The first 100 is always
we're
fun.
At 99.
We're at 99,
guys.
Okay, guys, I need one person in here right now to go subscribe to the warm up, so you can be the 100th subscriber. That would be fantastic. Let's see, what do we have here? Tyus Jones to the Hornets for the cash considerations. That was like one of the final ones that broke last night.
Oh, see, that's another. Yeah, I definitely don't think Lonzo will go to Charlotte then.
No, yeah, Charlotte's booked up.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're Charlotte too, you know, it's like it's another guard. You know what I mean? Like they're going in for this high speed.
You good? A little technical difficulties real quick.
Oh, there we go.
Good?
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. Sweet.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. You were saying? We still stuck a little bit.
Oh, what were we talking about?
Tyus on the Hornets.
Yeah, I mean, it's just another guard for them. Just more guard interest. I like Tyus. His role was kind of minimal in Orlando, but you know they had to get under that luxury tax somehow. So
yeah,
one of those trades.
Yeah, it's a small one, but it's a good one. I don't really have any other initial thoughts on that one. What else do we have here? Oh yeah. Oh man. Man. Yeah, let's just go there. What do you got?
Yeah, so when this story broke, I was like, oh damn, like because this story broke and then like they traded another, I'm like, oh, this is leading up to something big.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, you know, more reporting came out. That was the Giannis thing. And, you know, obviously Giannis isn't going to Golden State, but I think they're failing Steph Curry. That was my initial thought. I was like, you hyped up Kuminga for years. You could have traded him years ago. They said they had the 2 timelines. And then the trade, and then you have this back and forth all summer. He resigns 2 weeks or a week before training camp starts, or I think not even training camp, the season starts, and you trade him for a guy who's been out the last 14 games with like this crazy illness. He has ACL, UCL, PCL, meniscus problems. Like,
Mm.
I don't know if this was the pivot. I know they've liked Golden Porzingis for a while though, and he fits their system. If he's healthy, I think it's a good upside play. He's a $30 million expiring contract. I think this is a little pre-agency. I could see them reciting Porzingis. But I mean, the story is Kuminga's finally gone. He's finally on a team that he can't do his own thing completely, but Atlanta's loving these wings that could do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what he does. And then Buddy Hield, the guy who hit 9 threes in the game 7 last year, that 35 points against the Rockets, like, just fell out the rotation. So I think,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I said, I think it's just a failure on like Steph's part. Kind of just sucks, but who knows? It might work out.
Yeah, I agree. I think, Porzingis was, I think before he went to Boston, I think this would have been a great move for the Warriors because at that time they were really lacking a big man.
Mm-hmm.
And Porzingis obviously was, in a different place than he is right now. For the Hawks, I love this, honestly. You're doing a low risk, high reward kind of scenario. You're getting a player in Jonathan Kuminga that I honestly think could go in there and ball out. I think the immediate question is, what does his role look like next to Jalen Johnson?
Yeah.
We'll kind of have to see what that looks like. For the Warriors, I think this is honestly just a pivot. They obviously wanted to go get Giannis, and you're like, okay, we got to pivot to the next best thing now, and they did that. Yeah, initially we thought, hey, this could be a precursor to something bigger, but then when I realized, like, hey, like Kuminga's the blue chip guy, you said it last night yourself. It's like, just no way this is going to get done for them without Kuminga. So
Yeah,
it's a pivot move. I don't really like it for Golden State. Maybe by some miracle, Porzingis goes in there and stay healthy. But as we've seen with literally every team he's been on, it's just not going to be the case.
yeah.
The only time Porzingis wants to show up is, game 1 of the finals when, he decides to go off against Dallas and break my heart. But,
That's one of the craziest games I've ever watched from any athlete in my entire life. I'm being serious.
If you like, my Mavs fans, like, I've got so many around me, right? And we're all so excited. It's game 1 of the finals. It's like we ain't seen the Mavs in the finals since 2011. So, we were all so excited. And for him to go out there and do that against us after everything we've been through with him, that was heartbreaking, bro. Like, genuinely heartbreaking. I'm just sitting there watching him hit threes from the logo. I'm looking at my buddies like, huh? Like, not like literally not now, like not in this moment. It's just like, he has
the best player on the court.
literally the best player on the court. And then he came back at the end of the series and semi did that again. Like, I remember he went on a run the third quarter. I'm like, can this dude chill out? Like, we're trying to win a championship right now.
Right.
So yeah, we'll see what happens with Porzingis. I really don't know though. We'll have to kind of monitor that as
what's your thoughts on the Kuminga like Jalen Johnson fit? Because I know, like, just from the standpoint, like, if it doesn't work out, there's a team option on Kuminga. They could just decline it and he becomes a free agent. So
I question whether he gets rerouted today. Somebody brought that up and I was like, you never know. Atlanta might try to pull something off because the fit's kind of clunky in my opinion. I really don't know what like as far as like spacing and like who's got the ball in their hands. I have to watch more film of both of them. I just truthfully haven't seen enough Jalen Johnson film to tell you much. I've just heard more like, hey, Jalen Johnson dropped this amount of points tonight. And I've been like, oh, wow, that's really cool. I have obviously a lot more Kuminga film than I do Jalen Johnson. So I'd have to just go and watch both film to kind of give you a better, outlook of what that's going to look like on the court. Kind of confusing, but like I said, for Atlanta, you gave up an expiring contract to get a young player that has a lot of potential, not to mention Buddy Hield, who is a high upside wing, so can't really complain on the
I just think it's ran its course too. Like Steve Kerr, Kuminga, it was never going to work.
No, it wasn't.
I am hoping, though, he ends up just being the best version of himself, whoever that is. I still think he could be one of those like 1-time, 2-time All-Stars. Like, I think his upside is that high. So
yeah, No, I fully agree. And then the move that came right after that, they moved on from LinkedIn merchant Trace Jackson Davis. Got him for a second round pick. I don't know. I guess just to clear roster space here. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I mean roster spot. I think getting Porzingis, they didn't need Porzingis, Quentin Post, and Trace Jackson Davis.
Mm-hmm.
So from that standpoint, I kind of like it for Toronto. They haven't had Jakob Pertl all season. He has had back spasms, so he's this is a little low risk, high, could be a little high reward big for them, but who knows? I mean, now the Warriors could convert Pat Spencer to full contract for the rest of the season, so there's
Mm-hmm.
that. But yeah, it's just a little move.
Yeah, not really much to say here on that. I think you pretty much covered it. Um, that was the last move. Well, there was Yabusele going to the Bulls for Dalen Terry. Not really much to say there.
Well, we
Yabusele
got
can.
more this morning.
Yeah, I'm saying this was the last one of the night
Oh,
last
yeah,
night.
yeah, yeah.
Yabusele was the last one, and then this morning was the Sumo to the Timberwolves, which I thought was out of left field.
I think this is one of the best pickups uh, of the whole trade deadline.
Yeah, I agree. Very
I think
underrated.
Io is really good defensively, and now they can run lineups where it's Io and then just all the wings with Nas Reed. Like I love that they can run Dante and him could play together. Like Io's a very versatile player. They traded Mike Connolly, who could still come back now because he's been traded twice, which is interesting.
Yeah,
But
we're
yeah,
gonna
I
see the
love this.
middle
I love
school.
this trade. I think like we're gonna get to playoff time and we're gonna be like, oh, Io was a huge pickup for the Wolves. So,
Mm-hmm. What do you think about them trading Dillingham?
um, yeah, kind of similar to on a very, very, very much lower scale, like the Mavericks. They kind of just ripped the Band-Aid off. They shouldn't have traded 2 picks to trade up to get Dillingham. They thought it could have been the point guard of the future. It just hasn't worked out. That's okay. They,
Yeah.
you know, fine.
Um, yeah, I like this pickup for the Wolves. Again, Chicago will make more transactions, and those will be coming in hopefully in the next hour or so. Bobby Marks with an interesting one here. The Bulls have added 9 second-round picks in the last week. That's 14 total. So they have a lot to dangle there in the second round. And then the Lakers, the Lakers got in the mix, Ja.
Oh God.
There you go.
No,
I like-
I want to Gabe Vincent off my team for like the last, 2, 3 months.
Yeah.
Lakers are 26 in shooting. You brought somebody that shoots 40% from three. There's a caveat to that. Any pure shooter that comes to the Lakers automatically forgets how to shoot. So I'm expecting the same thing to happen. But Gabe Vincent and him were making the same amount of money, both on expiring contracts. Um, Luke Kennard plays. He's a really good shooter, but he's a god awful defender. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. I like the shooting, but that's all in hypothetical because people forget how
Yeah.
to shoot when they come to the Lakers. Just how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it for them. I think it's a good move, and you're right. Gabe Vincent wasn't really working out there, so take a flyer on Luke Kennard. He's also on an expiring contract, so if it doesn't work out, move on, clear cap space, and kind of move on to the next thing there. But I'm glad the Lakers at least got involved and made some kind of improvement here at the deadline. I do think they'll be very active in the buyout market as well
Right.
when that materializes over the next couple of days. But that's all I really have for that deal. There's a few we didn't cover that happened way earlier. We can go ahead and look at those. I believe there was 2. So there was the Jaren trade, the Harden news. That was that one. Okay, DeAndre Hunter. That was the first one to happen.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we didn't cover this one. So give me your thoughts on the DeAndre Hunter deal.
Yeah, like I kind of said earlier with the Cleveland stuff, I love this trade for Cleveland. You get Schroeder, you get Keon Ellis, who's very sought out. DeAndre Hunter was a negative asset. He's always been, in my opinion, a lot better in theory. I mean, he looks like a wing. He doesn't defend like one. His shooting has fallen off a cliff. He's owed $26 million next year for a team that's in the second apron like the Cavs. Hey, let's get off this now. And And it's kind of like a what the hell are we doing for the Kings? I just don't understand why they would want this type of player on this contract. Maybe they believe it could be, him and Keegan. That could be your like front court, but I just don't get it for the Kings. I love it for the Cavs though, especially trading Garland now that you have all these ball handlers and a little bit more defensive upside at the guard position. But I do not get this trade for the Kings at all.
Yeah, I really wasn't aware that the DeAndre Hunter situation wasn't really working. So this was kind of shocking when I read it. I like that they added guard depth here. Dennis Schroeder pretty much produces wherever he goes at this point. He's been on half the league, and then we already discussed Keon Ellis. The Kings are a mixed bag, man. Does Sabonis get moved today? Do they make a move for Ja? It's just like we really don't know. I feel like they're in the same category as the Bulls of like what in the world is going on, So we'll have to kind of see what materializes later in the day for them. But yeah, this was when this move was made. This was kind of where I was like, okay, like what are the Cavs doing? And now it makes complete sense based off how active they have been.
Yeah.
In really trying to prioritize, guard depth, and then obviously moving Garland for Harden. Very interesting trade. This was this was our kickoff of like, honestly, I was still skeptical after this move. Like, okay, is it really going to be that busy? Yeah. Then when the Harden move hit, I was like, okay, yeah. It's they ain't playing. Like it's deadline season. So
you know what's super weird about this trade? Like we heard the Kings were asking for a first all year long. They wanted a first. They wanted a first. And in the deal, they ended up giving away 2 seconds to Chicago to get off the Schroeder contract. Like, just what they do is just so mind-boggling. And
I just don't get it.
Like, they had to get 2 seconds to just get off Schroeder, who you sought out over the summer, and gave him this 3-year deal. I know the third year isn't guaranteed, but it just makes no sense, and I don't understand. I'm just saying, I just think from the top down, I just don't think it's working out for the Kings.
No, it's not. They are currently number 1 in lottery odds. They just passed the Pelicans/Hawks. So they're at number 2 now.
And I don't want them to have a top 4 pick. AJ, DeBansta, Darren Peterson, Caleb Wilson, Cameron Boozer, none of them deserve to go play for the Kings. I don't care what anybody says, because I don't believe they'll build a team around them at all.
Yeah. No, neither do I. Let's just address some of like the headlines here, because NBA Central is NBA Central is a really good source for just kind of some rumors. Let's address this morning. How far back do we need to go?
Just a little side note before we get into that. Mark Stein came out and said the Kings really, really like RJ Barrett.
Yes, that's actually at the top here. Right here.
Yeah, so that's interesting because he was rumored to be in like any Sabonis deal.
Sabonis, yeah.
So
I would honestly, I think the Raptors are a good fit for Sabonis. So I think that could be good. Do you think like if a Sabonis trade goes down, is Jakob going to be in that trade or no?
I think if you're Toronto, you try to, but I think that could be the actual deal breaker, because I think it's one of the worst contracts in the league. He's owed like $28 million for the next 4 years. A guy with back issues. I mean, I think we were live when he got signed, and I hated the deal then. I think it's even worse now. So
yeah,
but
I don't like it.
If I am the Raptors, I would hope they don't make that a deal breaker in any Sabonis trade. I think if you could find a way to make the trade happen without including Jakob Poeltl, they should do it, because
if you take on Jakob as the Kings, you're just putting yourself in a financial position that's just like
the Kings would do it. So. I wouldn't be surprised if the Kings do it. They would do it.
Who did you like in your summer project, like in your rebuild? I forget. We've talked about this before. What did you guys do with the Kings? You guys got committed, right?
It was really weird because like our group, we had 2 people that wanted to like try to win. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like I actually got animated, and I was like, what do you want to do here? He's like, I want to like build and try to win championship. I was like, okay, no, we're not. And then we tried selling Sabonis like too late, because we had like the whole week to do it. We tried selling Sabonis like the day of the trade deadline. A bunch of moves were already made. So we ended up like keeping Sabonis, but then we traded Malik Monk and Dante DiVincenzo. Or we traded Malik Monk and Keon Ellis for Dante DiVincenzo, Rob Dillingham, and I think
Oh
Terrence
yeah,
Shannon Jr. And
yeah.
then
Got some young guard depth.
and then we actually traded Keegan Murray for 2020 or 2032 unprotected pick and 2031 unprotected pick from the Warriors for Jonathan Kuminga because we valued those picks
Okay.
when Curry's retired and
Yeah,
yeah.
not bad, honestly. Not
Yeah.
terrible. A lot better than what I'm currently seeing. So,
Right. Oh yeah, and then we got Io or Kobe White for Zach LaVine. That was
okay,
another one. So that I thought that
cool.
was pretty good.
Okay,
And
yeah.
yeah,
I
that
forgot
wasn't
Zach
bad.
is there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Zach DeMar,
Oh
Westbrook.
my gosh, dude, what are they gonna do
Like
today?
the
Oh
more
my
you like
goodness.
look at their roster, it's like, oh god.
They got some work to do, man. Oh, ooh, wow, we got some news. Okay, hang on.
Yep, breaking news. Milwaukee has informed teams they are keeping Giannis
Whoa!
Antetokounmpo through the trade deadline and will start
Holy
making
smokes.
other trades to pivot.
The Milwaukee Bucks just made a small deal. They got traded Cole Anthony and Amir Coffey to the Suns for Nick Richards and Hayes Davis. Wow. Wow. This is significant.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so there you have it, everybody. Giannis will remain a Milwaukee Buck through the deadline. That is official. Bro, Shams is cooked. Oh man, this is bad. After all the hype and everything, like he is wow. Okay. So now we have to ask the question, what happens now? What do the Bucks do? Do the Bucks just stand pat and wait till the summer, or do they try to improve this roster? What do you think?
I just don't think there's any way they can improve this roster
Mm-hmm.
right now. If they improve it, then you have to do some. I think their best way is keeping their pick, and I think
Mm-hmm.
if they get their pick, if they could get a top 7 pick, but even then, like I think the only way it's moving the needle is even if you get a top 3 pick, it's like maybe they'll feel a little bit better what they could get in a Giannis return, but I don't I just don't know. Like there's not a trade. They still have Dane they're paying. They waived and stretch for the next 5 years, $22 million. So it's not like they could go get this big star. Like, I don't know, man. And Giannis said he wants to come back this season. So I don't know.
I'm honestly kind of disappointed, bro. I wanted to see this happen because now, like, it's gonna get interesting, dude. Because now in the summer, I think half the league could go get him realistically and make a good offer. Like, the Lakers could go get him. They could make a good package when the new year hits. Like, genuinely, like that's something that we have to consider now. The Knicks could have an even better offer. Miami could have an even better offer. Like, when these shoot, dude, this could get wild this summer now. Now that I'm actually looking at this for what it is.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty crazy, man. I'm not gonna lie. One more small piece of news: Brooklyn released former Miami Heat forward Haywood Highsmith, so he's a free agent. So if anybody wants to go pick him up,
How are they gonna build a contender though? I just don't see it. Like, I don't know.
the Bucks. Are you saying the
Yeah.
Bucks?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Um,
Like I love
I don't
Giannis, but
know. I
that
don't know.
article that came the other day where it said he played with a calf strain for the Denver game and the game they played before that. I forgot who it was.
I did not see that.
But
That's
oh, the
crazy.
Wolves. He played through a calf strain through the Wolves and Denver game. I'm like, why are you playing through calf strains to try to win? Like you want to win that bad? Like now he's out 4 to 6 weeks.
Shams just said over the last week, the Bucks have been focused on incoming calls for Giannis Antetokounmpo and canvassing the NBA for small salary trades. Milwaukee remains in talks to complete potentially more of the latter here on deadline day. So yeah, they just did the Cole Anthony one. You got Nick Richards and Hayes Davis. So I mean, like that's not going to move the needle at all. My question is, it's like I just don't think they can convince him to stay.
Well, now, side note, Phoenix is under the luxury tax with that Nick Richards deal. But
Yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
that's actually significant. Do you think they could turn that into anything?
Probably not. I think they just wanted to, be under the luxury tax. They didn't want to pay it. But really good year for Phoenix.
Man, oh man, oh man, this is.
Yeah, I just. Yeah, and they won the last 2 nights. So the lottery odds got worse for the Bucks. Like they beat Chicago, they beat the Pelicans last night. And their pick is weird this year, even in itself. Like they could tank, but if the Pelicans pick, which is the Hawks pick now, is not top 5, then they can't be above that. Like they have to have a worse pick. They have the worst pick of the Pelicans this year. So like there's just a lot of stuff that has to go right. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I just feel bad for Giannis, man.
I know he doesn't want to be the bad guy, but
yeah, I don't know. Gosh, I'm just shocked. I wanted this so bad. I'm just like, I don't know. I wanted this to happen for him and for the NBA because like a Giannis trade is like significant,
Yeah.
If you're the teams that missed out on him, like Golden State, and like I read this from Wendy said this, the Warriors offered 4 unprotected firsts and the Bucks didn't take that. Like, I don't think you're gonna maybe I don't think you're getting much of a better offer than that this summer from any team.
Exactly. Well, from a pick perspective, and then to add on to that, this was their last year. This was the last year they could control their pick. So if you don't trade Giannis now, like you don't have any control of your pick for the next 4 years. How are you building a contender around Giannis? That's just mean, it might be one of those situations where it's like, hey, Giannis is a Buck for life, and but they're not competing no more. Like, because they're not better than Charlotte, who's the 11th seed right now. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I think they'll shut him down too. I don't think he'll play again.
Oh well, they have to if they want to keep their pick.
No, there's just no way.
If they want a top pick, like, and I don't see after all this what star becomes available that's for trade that, hey, like, oh, I want this, changes it. Like if they get John Morant, I hate that fit with Giannis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe they could flip, Kuzma, Bobby Portis, maybe Miles Turner, but see, my thing is, if you flip Miles Turner, then you should have just kept Dame on a torn Achilles. He would have been expiring this year, and he could have just been bad the whole year. Now you have to pay Dame the next 5 years. Very counterproductive stuff, but
I'll quickly answer this question. I'll quickly. Do you think the Mavs could use some of the draft capital they just got to get Giannis? No, I just don't think so. The picks aren't good enough, and I just don't think. I've always said this to people who think Giannis will go to Dallas. I just don't think it fits the timeline. I could be wrong, but I don't see that. I don't see that happening. But thank you very much for the question, though.
Side note with that too, the salary to match it would have been Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Now you're putting like 4 to 5 players together to try to get Giannis' salary, and we'll see. Yeah. Giannis has his extension eligible.
The following summer, correct?
In October.
In October.
Okay, yeah. Which is very weird because if you're the Bucks, you can't wait to see if he signs the extension because all the moves would have been done. So like, if you're the Bucks, are you trying to improve the team? And then October comes around, it's like, oh, could we see what happens? Like, hey, do we build enough to see if he wants to extend? Because if he extends on that extension, because I do think we're like, Giannis is getting hurt. Like, this isn't, you know what I mean? His prime is not like a normal prime. I think I don't
soft tissue.
See him. Yeah, soft tissue every season. He hasn't played a healthy first round playoff series. Like he played last year, right? But then Pacers and then this was the year, like coming in, we said in that season outlook, hey, could Giannis do something on some 2018 LeBron stuff? You know what I mean? Like now it's oh, in the year you guys were supposed to be at least competitive, there's no Boston, there's no Indiana. Oh wait, Boston was actually ended up being good. Indiana's not, but
Boston
Detroit,
shocked me.
Detroit's not going anywhere. New York's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Charlotte's on the up, and I don't know.
You know, it's honestly a sad situation, man, because we know that the second Giannis leaves this team, the Bucks won't be competitive for a very, very long time. It's not one of those
Yeah,
things where you go, all right, rebuild and we'll try again.
yeah, they're not LA, they're not
They're a
Miami.
small market, so it's
Yeah,
like I hate it for their fans because like Giannis delivered them a championship. Giannis, is the greatest player ever to play for that franchise, but
mm-hmm.
either him or Kareem, obviously.
Yeah,
It sucks for them. It really does. Giannis is just so confusing to me, man, because like I don't know who to believe, right? Because
mm-hmm.
you got Shams who comes out and says Giannis has told, the front office that it's time to move on. And then you've
Mm-hmm.
got Giannis coming out making these statements where he says, yeah, I'd love to stay in Milwaukee for the rest of my career, but I want to win. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you're Giannis, you have to come to the table and make a public statement that says, hey, I want to be in Milwaukee, or hey, I want to be traded, and make that a
Mm-hmm.
formal request. No more of this playing around. You know what I'm saying? I need you to come out and tell the NBA, tell the world what you want. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's a business. That's how this works. This needs to be handled in a professional way by him. So if you're Giannis, you got to come out and tell the league what you want this summer. No more of like the indecisive stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So it's like, um, look, what I love for him to stay on the Bucks, for them to somehow build a contender and him to win another championship. Heck yeah.
yes,
I just don't think it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
if we're talking about legacy here, and we're talking about what we want Giannis to be known for, we want Giannis to be known for winning. We I also think there's not enough loyalty in the league as is. But
mm-hmm.
if that means Giannis going elsewhere to win more rings, I think it needs to be done. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? There's more for him than rotting on this team. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And like we said, a clear path to contention, especially after you waived and stretched Damian Lillard, it
mm-hmm.
just doesn't look possible. So he
Yeah,
needs to come out and tell the league exactly what he wants to do this summer because, like we said, half the league is going to be able to make a good offer now, not just a few teams.
yeah. And they're punting on this year. He'll be 32 next year. Um, then
32.
then 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 you're like, oh, okay, he's 32.
Ooh.
And I just don't know. And you know what I don't want? I don't want we get to the summertime, he's making all these passive aggressive comments where he's like, oh, it'd be nice if they got an upgrade, or we're not good enough to win, like he always does. And I mean, to the Bucks' credit, like they got him Dame, they got him Drew Holiday, um, they got Miles Turner. You know what I mean? Like they've tried to put as much as around him. It's just, I mean, they can't make trades. They don't have contracts that are fun to trade. Bobby, Bobby and Kuzma on these deals, they have to get something for him because they will not be able to sign these players for what they're making now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just it's gonna be interesting to see. I don't know where the Bucks go from here, and maybe Giannis is content with that. Like I just don't want him to say I want to still win championships when that's just not the
Yeah.
reality.
It's just disappointing for their fans, honestly, because I think they just want a direction. They want to know what's happening with this team, and now you got to wait again and go through the whole process again. And it's just a headache, honestly. Like, I wish the trade happened. Now let's talk about like, as we wait for trades to pour in. I think I think we're getting to that point now that the Giannis stuff is done. I think we're going to see a lot of deals start to pour in within the next hour. But let's talk about this. Let's not fast forward too much, but let's just say, like, we've talked about destinations so much on the show, right? Um, what makes the most sense this summer for Giannis? What do you think he should do?
I will say he has a lot more say. This will be the final year of his deal. And it's
Mm-hmm.
tricky because, like I said, he's not extension eligible till October. So it's not like one of those things they could try to trade. I mean, they could still try to trade him if he doesn't sign the extension in October, but it's kind of tricky because it's like, oh, another side note though. if he were to be traded this summer, he can't get the supermax because
Ooh.
so he would have to get traded at this deadline to be extension eligible for the supermax. So now
So
he
yeah,
get the supermax, but
if
I don't
he,
know.
sorry, keep going.
No, you're good. I'm done. You go.
Here I just had a question. If he waited until the following summer when he was unrestricted, correct?
Mm-hmm.
If he waited, could he then get the supermax?
Yeah, so the Bucks would be the only team that could sign him to a 5 year. Any other team could sign him for a 4 year. But for the Bucks, I mean, you're risking him walking for nothing, and I think that would be absolutely the worst case scenario.
Yeah, that would be you might as well fold up the franchise at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, if you're the Bucks, you have all the control right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was the most control you had. You had good offers on the table. This summer, you're going to have great offers on the table. You got to trade him. You almost have to. I mean, you got to trade him, right? Unless you have commitment from him that like I'm staying with this franchise. You have to trade him. Because like you said, if you let him walk for nothing, it is over. Like it is just so over. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like King Lathan said, if I'm the Bucks front office, I'm calling his bluff and waving an extension signing in his face.
Yeah, I mean, he could always just sign the extension and then all this is over. You know what I mean? But if I'm Milwaukee, I mean, I need some commitment before October. Like, hey, if we're gonna try to build out this roster, I need you to have some reassurance. So
We have a small trade that just broke. Let me refresh real quick. Let's see, small trade. Boston Celtics are trading Chris Boucher to the Utah Jazz. I like that.
He fell out the rotation.
I like that for Utah. You might as well, right?
Yeah. One last thing. I'm sorry with the whole Giannis thing. I think the best, like, if I was GM right now, I'd be looking to get something for Miles Turner because I think he's been absolutely awful for the Bucks. He's not waived Dame for 5 years. He wasn't worth that. I think you have to try to flip Bobby Portis and Kyle Kuzma. And I'm even looking to flip Kevin Porter Jr. Maybe an AJ Green because I mean Gary Trent Jr. Like blow it all up, go crazy. Because I think in that case you could go and have all this cap space in the summertime. You know what I mean? Have all these expiring, and you have all these extra picks. Maybe that gets you somewhere, right? But I mean, who wants Miles Turner right now, playing on the contract? Like,
not many people. I'll tell you that.
Like, I mean, I can see the Bulls being interested, right?
Yeah.
They need a big. We talked about them. He's not going back to Indiana. The Wizards don't have cap space now. The Jazz aren't giving it up.
Yeah, I do like what you said about like blowing it up because then if you wanted to make a final pitch, you could be like, hey, free agents, come play with Giannis. And if that somehow works, you could put something around him. You know what I'm saying?
They had that this summer.
What?
They had free agents this summer, and they just end up re-signing all their players back. And it was
I know, but like, look, if you want to somehow desperately convince him to stay, you got to bring new people into the building because this current team is winning jack squat.
Yeah.
And the thing with the early Bucks teams that were failing in the playoffs, they did not have enough around him until they brought on, Drew Holiday, I think was the key to that success.
Yeah.
Him and Brook Lopez were a match made in heaven together. Who else was on that championship team? I'm trying to remember.
Side note, my guy just texted me. He said, keep an eye out for potentially Indiana and Dallas potential moves.
Who's your guy?
He's an agent.
Oh,
but he said the trade we've been talking about, Benedict Mathurin and Gafford.
Oh boy.
So he just texted me. He said, look out for that. He said it could fall through, but he said it still remains a 50-50 possibility, which would tend to make me believe no. But
yeah, look, man. I love Gaff, bro. That's
Yeah.
my guy. I love Gaff. We'll
Is
just have to
Gafford
wait.
the right big though for Indiana?
Maybe, maybe it
Yeah.
like I I don't know. I don't know. I think look, Daniel Gafford's awesome, man. Like he's with the right point guard. Yes, I think so. If Halliburton uses him as a lob threat, yes. And
Mhm.
Daniel Gafford's a heck of a player.
He's fun. He'd be fun in
Yeah.
Indiana for sure.
So our capstone project for SBC, me and Ronnie, we had the Jazz.
Mhm.
And one of the trades we made with Indiana was we traded away Walker Kessler for 2 firsts.
Mhm.
Now, granted, the that kind of blew up in Indiana's face. We got good credit for that deal because they thought we fleeced them for those 2 picks. But my point is, like, I would like Walker on the Pacers. I think that's a really good fit. But as we've previously stated, Utah is, I think they're going to hold on to him, especially after getting Triple J. So, I don't know. This is gonna get interesting down the wire. I don't know what else we got.
We got a comment from Dallin.
Hey,
He said, "Can't wait for my Jazz to throw a 20 million offer sheet at Peyton Watson this summer." Yeah, but I think the Lakers would top that.
if y'all get Peyton Watson, Dolan, I'm 100% coming
Well,
to Utah next season for a game.
that's the interesting thing with the Jaren Jackson move. Like they said they kind of like forgot about their cap space. Like they were supposed to be one of the top teams, and now they don't have that cap space. What can they even sign him $20 million?
I think Dolan wouldn't. I know Dolan knows his stuff, so I don't think he would have said that unless he knew. Um, I think they have the space for that. Because think about it, you got a lot of young players who are making like minimums on that team, and then you've got the top heavy Markkanens and JJJs, so you might be able to. Okay, Keontae, Peyton, Lowry, JJ Kessler would be a 3 seed.
That's a really good team.
It like
Ace
look,
Bailey off the bench. That's a really good team.
honestly, I can't even argue with that. That's a golly.
I do think that would be a top 4 team in the West. Like they're so young, they would be really good defensively.
Yeah,
That's a really good team.
he said he doesn't know if it's possible. They'd have to offload a little. I'd probably assume that's correct. Just another reminder, if you guys are in here, feel free to comment, ask questions, get topics going as we kind of wait for trades to trickle in here. Here's another one. Darren Peterson and Ace Bailey off the bench. Okay. Goodness gracious.
Before the Jaren Jackson deal, I really wanted Debansta to go to Utah. Now I hate it, obviously, but
oh no, that would never work.
I would love I really wanted Debansta to stay in Utah because I thought that would have been amazing. Him and Key, Lowry, Ace, like that's super fun to me. But
yeah,
Darren Peterson, yeah, you're right. That would be, or Flemings, Mikael Brown. They're going to be a good team next year.
yeah, they'll be good. My question is, it's like, is it too? We said this earlier. Like, is it too early to be trying to win? They're trending up, right? But is it?
I don't know if it's too early because they haven't tried it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I think if it didn't work out, like Jaren Jackson Jr., let's say next year, I think they could still get off his contract.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't view him as a negative asset. I wish he rebounded more, right? But I think or if Jaren Jackson, and Lowry's not working out, trust me, they could trade Lowry. I know they could trade Lowry. So, I mean, it's one of those. I like it. I still like it.
Yeah, bro. Shams is getting barbecued on Twitter right now.
About the Giannis stuff.
Oh, dude, he's getting barbecued. This is actually sad. Yeah, one thing, one thing I will say, it's like this has been one thing that's been different about this deadline. Every rumored team has not acquired the player that we thought they would acquire.
Yep.
Like, none of the rumored teams got Giannis. Jaren Jackson wasn't even on the horizon. Obviously there was stuff with AD and the Hawks that never materialized. The Wizards came out of nowhere. And then the Harden stuff came out of nowhere.
Mhm.
I think the only small trade that had steam was that Cavs DeAndre Hunter one. I was hearing a lot of stuff about that before it actually happened. Like this has been like a deadline of some of the most unexpected trades I have ever seen.
Yeah, I think yeah. I've never seen. I mean, what made last year's deadline so special was obviously the Luca trade. Like no one knew that coming. So I think this deadline kind of tops last year's, even though like they don't have like that big crazy Luca one. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. I do think Boston, back to that Chris Boucher trade to the Jazz, I think they're gonna try to do a couple more minimum signing or trades like that.
Yeah.
They were, I mean, it's kind of interesting. They were entertained in Zubac for a while. You know, you got teams like, Brooklyn, Michael Porter Jr., I think he's staying. Claxton was a big name we thought could be moved. Looks like they're staying pat. So you have all these like little trades that I thought that would happen. Doesn't look like they're gonna happen. Still could though.
Yeah. What are some teams you expect to have some movement this afternoon other than the Chicago Bulls?
I think the Pacers for sure. Like I think Benedict Mathurin, one way or another, would it be Mavericks, would it be Pelicans. I think they move off them.
Okay.
I thought Jose Alvarado would get moved. Um, I I don't see the team now. Maybe the Knicks could do like a Dalen Terry for Jose Alvarado. I don't
Yeah, you
know.
could reroute them.
Yeah, I don't know if they do that. Um, I don't think Jared Allen is getting moved.
No.
I think they're gonna stay pat, let that ride out. Back to the Bucks. Kuzma, Bobby Portis, they all should be moved.
You
I don't
never
know for
know.
what though. You know what I mean? It's
I know.
like
I
who's
know.
taking on Kuzma? I know it's an expiring, but who's taking on that unless you have an also bad contract? But I would take Kuzma for the Lakers if it was like if we had like $22 million salary that we didn't like, but it's like who? Oh, the Heat. The Heat are
Okay.
gonna make a move because that Terry Rozier, that's $26 million in expiring salary. They're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
let that go to waste.
Okay. Yeah.
They'll
Very
figure
good.
that out. And ironically, they can take on that contract. Um, the Memphis Grizzlies. They could do a job for Terry and something else.
Ooh, that'd be kind of sweet for them.
So
Yeah.
yeah, because I think I don't think Ja will not get what Jaren Jackson got. And oh my god, I predicted it.
What happened?
Oh, I just predicted that.
Wait, did it just happen?
Alvarado just went to the fucking Knicks.
Wait, seriously?
Swear to God.
No shot. Hang on.
I swear. I swear I just predicted that.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. Oh my god. Wow, dude, that's a big pickup for the Knicks.
Yeah, that's tough. I swear I just predicted that.
Wow. Okay, so if you're the Knicks, like you add, what does this mean for like Clarkson now? Does he get moved?
He's on a minimum.
Yeah,
He's on a minimum.
I still think Clarkson provides value. Dude,
Me
I
too.
love Clarkson.
What's the deal for?
Um, I guess
For
they'll
the
release that here.
Jose Alvarado?
They'll release that in a minute. I'm gonna refresh.
Do we know yet?
Not yet. No, he hasn't said anything yet. Bro,
That's
the shot,
crazy. I totally
the
was just
shop's
like, yeah,
going in.
I think the Knicks could be interested in Jose Alvarado.
Dang. Okay. That's actually funny. I thought you meant Ja Morant for a minute. I was like, wait a minute, no way.
No, I no.
Interesting.
No.
Okay. Okay. My championship pick adds some depth. Come on, let's go.
Yeah,
Hey,
New
my
York is
championship
gonna
pick.
love him.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh,
New
dude.
York is
He'll
gonna
be a fan
love
favorite.
him.
Oh man, I like this for them. So this will be like a. Where do you think he's at in the rotation? Do you think he's like a 7th or 8th guy off the bench.
Yeah, because 7th or 8th guy, because they still got Deuce McBride, like him and Deuce McBride coming off the bench and just wreaking havoc for a couple, like 15 minutes in a playoff game. That sounds fun to me.
Yeah. I hear you.
The only thing I'm a little hesitant on, I would have liked if they turned Yabusele into a big, because I don't trust Mitchell Robinson's health, and Cat gets into foul trouble, so I feel like having a third big for a team like that makes a lot of sense. Like if they got into the Nick Richards trade, makes completely sense. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I'm a little, if they feel like those two, they're good on those two. Oh, you know what? They have that other big, not Duarte, the big old 7-footer. Actually, they do have a third big. I take it back.
Duarte?
Is it Duarte? It's something like that, or Abate. But they got some 7-footer over there that they've been liking this year so far. So
okay, yeah, I like it for them. I think it's good depth, and they've obviously been as hot as can be lately. So I think this will kind of help them keep things rolling. That's a good trade for the Knicks. And then for the Pelicans, I don't really know what you gave up. I mean, like I'm assuming if it's the Pelicans, they probably gave up something of value. The Pelicans don't. I'll tell you one thing about them: they don't just trade away players.
The Pelicans are receiving.
You actually predicted that. You actually predicted that.
I know.
That is, dude. You literally said Dalen Terry.
I know.
Bro, that's funny.
Yeah.
Good call. That's a good call. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so not terrible then. You gave up 2 seconds. So okay.
Yeah.
I think that's one of those things where the Pelicans just like, okay, look, let's just offload some salary.
Wait, the Knicks gave up 2 seconds.
The Knicks did?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what the Pelicans give up? Oh, Alvarado, my dumbass.
Yeah. They got some cash too, apparently. So not too bad. I like it.
Yeah,
dude, they're gonna love him whenever he's trying to like come behind and steal the ball.
Yeah.
They're gonna
he brings energy too. I think he's from New York too. I think I read something.
Yeah, I think so. Per ESPN, Bucks not trading Giannis, focusing on Ja and other deals. If they trade for Ja Morant, bro, oh my gosh, I'm gonna flip out if that happens.
Yeah, I like that trade. I like Alvarado for them.
Oh my gosh, you know Flight Reacts?
Yeah.
Dude, his reaction to the Porzingis Kuminga deal was absolutely hilarious, bro. He was not happy.
Really?
What else we got here? As I've been saying, comment below if you have any questions. We got a lot more people in here now. Comment below, subscribe on our YouTube page. Let's see if we got to 100 yet. Did we get to 100? Still at 99. Okay, can one person that's in here that does not already subscribe to the warm-up, subscribe to the warm-up on YouTube? Let's get that thing to 100 subs by the end of the day.
You think Dalton Connect stays in LA? I want him gone too.
The two names I heard most this week were Gabe Vincent and Dalton Connect, unless that Lakers report that they're done is false. Maybe. I feel bad because he was in that Hornets deal last year and he had to come back.
Because I still think he's a good player. I just think that trade messed him up mentally.
Yeah, because like before the trade happened, like Dalton was playing really well, and like now he
had 40-point game.
Yeah, with all those threes. I mean, like I thought that was a great. I mean, I remember on draft night, when they took him, I really liked that pick for them. So it's kind of unfortunate what's unfolded with that.
But hindsight being 2020, I thought, if we would have known they would have got Luka, Eve Messi was there for the taking. So that's the only thing that kind of hurt.
Yeah,
I'm a big Eve Messi guy. I thought that would have been super, super cool to have. But
yeah. Do we think the Pelicans are done here?
Yeah. I mean, it was reported they might want to offload Jordan Hawkins. He's kind of falling out the rotation.
I like that guy. He's good.
If we want to do Hawkins for Dalton Connect, sign me up.
Hey, how about Trey Murphy to the Lakers?
Oh God,
Oh, you
man, what I
flip
would
out.
do for that? I'd lose my goddamn mind.
Oh my gosh, bro. Uh, Still pretty slow right now.
Yeah, but yeah. So, but back to the Pelicans. I think they're done. Probably. I don't. Zion would have got dealt already. Herb
mhm.
Jones probably staying. They keep saying they want to keep him, so they'll keep him. Yeah, I am expecting though, like if the Bucks, if we hit the 12 o'clock, when the Bucks still have Bobby Portis and Kuzma, hang it up, hang it up,
Just fold it and put it away.
fold it, move on. I'm not talking about the Bucks the rest of the year if they still got Kuzma and Bobby on
Yeah,
their
we'll
team.
skip the Outlook video next year.
Even if they trade for Ja, I'll be pissed if they traded for Ja. Because I just
Yeah.
hate the fit. I mean, I like Ja's fit with all those shooters on the team. You know what
hmm
I mean? But I don't like Ja's fit with Giannis because Giannis has came out even said like I want to be the point guard to an extent. I want to be the facilitator.
Yeah. I like Josh Fit in South Beach, man. I think that could actually work out really well for both sides because
Him it,
Miami, like, I can't name a player that went to the Miami Heat that didn't have really good success, like a player of that caliber. Like, Miami just breeds basketball players. I mean, even Jimmy Butler, like Jimmy Butler took them to 2 finals appearances and like, on his own.
keep an
So
eye also with Miami, Tyler Hero. He's extension
yeah.
eligible this summer. They didn't extend him this year when he was already eligible. Um, I wonder if they could do a deal for Hero or you wait in the summer when they can include him in a Giannis deal. But the thing, so real quick on the whole Giannis front, it was rumored that the Lakers have interest in Giannis. So not like Lakers only had one pick to trade this deadline. If they wait to
Mhm.
the summer, they have three. So it's like other teams are like that though, where like their pick, they all of a sudden have 16 hours because the Lakers only have 16 hours where they'll have three picks before the draft. So who
Yeah,
knows?
that look from a Western Conference standpoint, like we've mentioned this, if the Lakers somehow, some way trade for Giannis, I think it's wraps, honestly. Like a Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo pick and roll will be the most unstoppable thing basketball has ever seen. I just think it's wraps if they can pull that off because you don't know what's going to happen with LeBron and his deal. I just think it's
He's
wraps if they
gone.
pull that.
He's gone or
Yeah,
he's on the minimum.
no, he's gone. I personally would like to see him go play 1 year in Cleveland. I think that'd be fun. I like
LeBron, me too.
LeBron in Cleveland to finish it off with a proper farewell tour. That would do it for me. That would be yeah, that would be good.
Uh, Real quick, my guy just texted me again. He said Rui Hachimura is safe ahead of the deadline. That was another popular guy that I thought that could have
Okay,
got
that's good
traded.
to know.
The Heat,
Luca really likes him, so
yeah,
I'm not surprised there.
he's safe.
It's good
But
stuff.
that's another expiring contract. Like I keep hearing the Lakers have 55 million in cap space, and you could get to 55 million dollars really quick. Like, and my whole thing is everyone keeps saying Peyton Watson, Walker Kessler, um, you know, like if you get 55 mil pretty quick. Like if you sign Peyton, let's say 30 mil, and then Rui Hachimura, what's he at 15? You're at 45 mil. You only got 10 more mil to spend. Now they could absorb, contracts, in that case, but
Yeah, no, I agree. Um, what else we got here? I'm low-key waiting for Shams to just get blown
NBA
up.
Central with a little diss.
Oh no, what'd they say? I'm assuming it's Shams related.
A little diss to the Giannis front. See, this is what I was afraid of. I don't want Giannis being turned into the bad guy.
An NBA team stopped pursuing Giannis because they felt his ego. Ooh, they felt his ego wouldn't allow him to be a second option behind their star player. Ooh, what team was that?
And now I wonder if that was the Wolves. That's the only team that he would be the second option on.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Miami.
It wouldn't be
Is
Golden
it?
State. It wouldn't be Golden State. He would
Are you
be Giannis.
sure?
But Giannis is better than Curry
Yeah,
right
but
now.
think of it from their perspective. In their
Yeah.
eyes, Curry is God. Like you know
No,
what I'm
I
saying?
still think
So
they would have done it because Curry played with KD. Like I
that's
don't think
true.
it's Curry. I don't think it's Curry.
Oh man, that is NBA Central coming in hot. That is,
Oh,
yeah,
I
this
did
is what we
meant
were afraid
when
of.
I texted you guys yesterday, Denver, Peyton Watson's emergence. Hey, try to get under the salary tax now because Peyton Watson's gonna be expensive over the summer. So
Hmm.
I wonder if they can. I wonder if they can get you know Julian Strother off or Zeke Naji or because I mean they have to clear somebody off because
Hmm.
Spencer Jones has played his last two-way contract last night.
That he
So
has. See if there's any other. Let me look at Jake Fisher real quick.
yeah, we got 2 hours left, 2 hours and
Yeah,
20
it's
minutes
over.
left.
It's over in
So
2 hours. I would say I don't remember. At least I don't remember many trades happening in the last hour. It's usually the hour leading up to that. Um, Jake Fisher said they quote they were never serious. Said one team executive who was discussing a Giannis Antetokounmpo trade with Milwaukee.
yeah, I mean that's what I mean. That's the same stuff we were hearing all along. You know what I mean? I guess it shouldn't be that shocking.
Look, I hate to be that guy. I love Shams, but if you're Shams, like, what are your sources? You know what I'm saying? Because like you
Yeah,
keep telling the public that Giannis has made it clear that it's time to move on, and then I'm hearing all this other stuff. Like, what are your sources for that? That's what I'm
yeah,
interested in hearing.
I know,
Um,
and it's like conflicting too because like every other trade we talked about, we just automatically believed, right?
mhm.
But then like so we would just automatically try to believe him with the Giannis stuff, but I feel like it's just been pretty off, honestly.
Something slash someone is not lining up here. I think it'll be made clear this summer when they move on from him, hopefully. But I don't know. Once again, guys, any topics, any questions you guys have about what's going on, any trade ideas, throw me anything here, and we'll talk about it as we kind of wait for deals to trickle in here.
Please subscribe. We
Yes,
need one
please
subscriber to be at
subscribe.
100.
One to be at 100. That'd be so clutch.
That would be super sick.
But yeah, for those of you that are in here, thank you for following us along on this journey and supporting the warm up. I mean, like, shoot, when you brought me on to be a guest on this show, like, man, we've come very far, and it's been a very fun experience so far.
We have. No, it's been super fun.
So to get to 100 would be a very nice milestone. So if you're here and you have not subscribed to the warm up, be the 100th subscriber, and then you should comment and tell us that you were the 100th subscriber. So that would be very nice.
Right.
Let's see. Anything else? Any other deals coming in? Alvarado's the latest one we have.
I love that.
Um, there was the small Celtics one. Still waiting on the Bulls and the Pacers and teams like that to possibly get in on the
Yeah.
mix.
Yeah, so Phoenix got under the luxury tax. Magic got under the luxury tax. Yeah, so Denver, I would say. I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland was still working the phones to try to get even more under the second
Mm-hmm.
apron. Um, who else do we have? Yeah, Pacers. Pacers have to do something. Yeah,
Do we have
John
something?
Morant is still a Grizzly, which makes no sense, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. I don't think that's gonna. I would be beyond shocked if John Morant's still on the roster because like you said, it makes no sense. Why would he
yeah.
still be on the team, and why would you still be paying him? Because he's not on an expiring either, so you're gonna have to eat
Mm-mm.
that money. So.
Well, and it's not like him being on the team helps anything. Like
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't help their pick. Like I think he's been out the last couple of days too.
What's
But again, yeah. No, go ahead.
is Wilder live right now?
I don't know.
Do you think
Oh,
he?
Houston. I thought Houston would have done something with
Yeah,
Steven Adams going out.
Wilder's live right now. Yeah.
Yes.
If he wasn't, I would have been like, bring him on. I need to talk to him at some point about we need to bring him on at some point and talk Wolves with him because it's very, very interesting. So, yeah, you were saying about Houston. Sorry, I interrupted.
Oh, I was just gonna say Houston, like Steven Adams is out, Fred VanVleet's out. They got blasted last night by the Celtics D League team.
I
Um,
did see that.
what like they need a like I mocked them for a Drummond. He's not Steven Adams, but he's a good rebounder. Um, I don't know. I thought they were Trey Jones. I thought they could get Trey Jones. Doesn't look like they're gonna get Trey Jones. I mean, they could. I mean, there's like 80 point guards still, so there's that. But
Yeah.
we're getting close. Andrew Wiggins is interesting. He now
Ooh, there's a name.
he now
Yeah.
becomes a free agent over the summer with a $30 million, or is it 30? Yeah, $30 million player option. What are you doing with that? Like, do the I thought the Warriors were gonna try to flip Kaminga for Wiggins. I probably can't get to Wiggins now without that.
No. Does he? Do you think he remains throughout the deadline?
Yeah, I mean the only teams that were super interested in him were the Lakers and Bucks, besides the Warriors. So
Jake Fisher said he's connected Miami and Indiana. There's still a third guy in the mix. I don't want to say right now. You want to start drawing the lines to Miami and Indiana. Maybe you can take a guess on that one. I don't know exactly what
wait,
that
what?
means. I
Say it
don't know
again.
what that means.
He said what? Say it again.
He was connecting Miami and Indiana on a deal.
Benedict Mathurin.
No way they trade Bam. That's not going to happen. Oh, if the Pacers got Bam, oh my gosh, I would explode.
No, I don't think it's a Bam. I think it's a Where.
Oh my gosh. Oh shoot.
That's a big that would work in Indiana.
That's a big that would work almost everywhere, in my
That's a
opinion.
big
He
that
is
would work in
special.
Indiana.
He's special. I like him a lot.
Where in Indiana, he does some of the stuff Miles Turner did. He's longer. He's more athletic. That's nice.
I like that.
I like that.
Let's talk Indiana real quick. We haven't really talked about them at length since the NBA
Yeah.
Finals this summer.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on like Halliburton's return next year? Where do you see this Pacers team going next season?
Yeah. They get a top 3 pick in the draft. Teams better hope and pray they don't get Devansta.
Oh my gosh.
Even Cam Boozer, I think, would be insane because he's like a power forward 5, but he could switch, he could shoot. Like he would be amazing. I think they're gonna be right up in the mix. I think they're I'd take last year's Pacers team. I'd pick them over this year's Detroit team.
Yeah.
And I think Detroit's having a hell of a year. Yeah, I love what they're doing. I love Rick Carlisle. Obi Toppin being hurt, I thought they might want to offload his salary. I thought Jarris Walker, it was another name I thought that could get traded, but yeah, I like what they're doing. That they've played this gap year perfectly. They're the worst team in the East. They have a chance at a top 4 pick. Even if they get like a Caleb Wilson, like that would be amazing for them.
Yeah.
To have, because Halliburton's only 25. It's not like he's this 28, 29 guy in his prime. Like he's still not in his prime, and he went to the finals. Mm-hmm. Now, if they were to get the number 1 pick, let's just say, do you entertain the thought of Darren Peterson if you're Indiana?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
You'd have to get off Nembhard.
Yeah.
That's, I think, the only way it works.
I think they could flip Nembhard for something else.
If you land at 1.
If you land at 1, yeah. Tell me what you do if you land at 1 if you're Indiana.
All right, if you land at 1 if you're Indiana, this might sound controversial. I think you got it. You got to look at AJ and Cameron Boozer, because let me tell you why. You don't necessarily need a Darren Peterson on your team, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was proven that Andrew Nembhard and Tyrese Halliburton could get you to the promised land.
Right.
What you were lacking was a Cam Boozer or a AJ Devansta, right? That's essentially what could have probably brought them over the top. That's how I look at it. If I look at that finals team and I plugged in Darren Peterson, it's probably not that much different because OKC's bigs were just wreaking havoc. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I look at it from that perspective. And honestly, like, we're going to do a a draft breakdown show with Ronnie, I'm assuming sometime this spring. And when we get there and we talk about Darren Peterson, like my biggest concern is he can't finish a game. I don't know much about it, but like I know that there's been cramping and he's not finishing games. I don't know if this is antics for draft stock. I don't know what that looks like. But if you're Indiana, this isn't really a scenario where you take best player available because you have already established you have a championship team when healthy. So it's like, you know, you got to take the best player to make you better. And I think that's a DeBansta or a Cameron Boozer in my personal opinion, because like I truly think there's a scenario where when you look at this this team next year with a healthy Halliburton and, you know, let's see if they go get a center today, they could be right back in the mix.
Oh yeah,
and
100%.
Right back in the mix. Like I'm honestly shocked Indiana is as bad as they are currently because they still have a good roster. They've got Pascal Siakam, probably a new center, whoever that's going to be, Tyrese Halliburton, Nembhard.
Well, let's touch on that a little bit. What if they don't trade for that big today? What does that do for the summer? I mean, they'll eventually get a big, right? But what if they don't get that big today? What does that do come summertime? Or does that even affect the draft? Does that, if they get the number 1 pick, let's just take Cam Boozer. You know what I mean? Does that change anything?
Personally, if I was the Pacers, I think Cam Boozer is your best option simply because DeBansta and Siakam, I don't know how that works. I think Cam Boozer.
I think DeBansta's ceiling is at the 3.
At the 3?
I don't think he's a 4.
You don't think he's a 4? Okay. Yeah, I guess that would change things for a lot of teams then if that's the line of thinking. I haven't watched much. I saw his 43-point night. I would just have to look at his on-court fit and say to myself, okay, what number do I want him at? But I'll trust your judgment on that one. I don't know. Let's say they don't get the center today. Obviously, the free agent market's going to have a plethora of guys you can choose from, or you can trade, do a sign and trade, whatever you need to do. I think at some point they're going to get their center because, you know, without Miles Turner, it's just different. The question is, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a big you can stretch the floor with, like Miles Turner, or are you looking for a big that will be in the paint? As of right now, it sounds like they're going for a big in the paint with the Gafford and the Zubac stuff. So it's like it sounds like
the thing's interesting though.
Khalil Ware in Indiana would be the most frightening outcome. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think Ware's really good.
Ooh, that would be absolutely ridiculous.
Side note, just before I forget, we talked about the Kings like a little bit earlier. Now that the Bucks are, I mean, they're keeping Giannis for now.
Yeah.
It was rumored that they liked Zach LaVine at one point. Could this be?
No, I remember that.
Could this be their out? Like,
sure, I guess.
Like, I hate the trade for both sides, but if you're the Kings,
we agree on that then.
You know what I mean? Like if the Kings did, I actually give the Kings props. I think that's an because he's picking up that $40 million player option next year, like for sure.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I guess. I'll go with it. Not too terrible.
Yeah, I mean, if you turn if you're the Kings, it's like Kuzma, Bobby Portis, they're expiring. They'll be off the team in the summer.
Okay, so Jake Fisher just said this. The Bucks sources say called some teams this morning, sharing their willingness to take back minimum salary contracts for. Sheesh, bro. Give me one sec. That's just in our apartment.
No, you good.
Continue.
All right. Yeah, guys, just let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Please subscribe. We need that 100 subscribers. Let me see if I can get this going.
My days, bro. That scared the absolute crap out of me. Okay. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Kings.
Yeah, if you want to try to get off LaVine, that could be the move, but I just don't know what it would look like for the Bucks. That's my biggest thing. Don't exactly know. Sorry, I'm refreshing my page real quick. Anybody else in the comments, you got any further thoughts on a team we haven't discussed yet? We'd be more than happy to do that if you guys would like.
One last thing on the Bucks front too. You think they shut down Giannis for the rest of the season? Like I think they should, but
yes, they should.
But do you think he does?
To be honest, is it really his decision? Like, does he have this? Does he have a say? You know what I'm saying?
I think he does.
Here's the thing. Giannis isn't Giannis is a reasonable dude. If he comes back, he'll ruin the tank. In my personal opinion, like it's going to make it worse because now, the goal is to lose as many games as possible, and that's not going to be a thing if he's on the floor. So if they can make him commit to like, hey, look, this is our franchise direction. We need you to do this. I mean, like he needs to say yes. I mean, like if there's anything that wants him to stay in Milwaukee, he needs to say yes.
Hey, was that Mavericks trade finalized?
Which one, the AD one?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Interesting.
I saw on Twitter the other day like that Bagley could be flipped. I don't know the truth behind that, but
that'd be good for if they could flip Bagley on top of it. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Flexibility in any way that you slice it is a really good thing. So, that would be a nice thing to maybe try and do. What about so we've mentioned Chicago more times in the show than we ever have. So, Chicago with their guards, what do you got to do to make this right?
Man, I don't even know the teams that would want their guards though. Like, where could Simons go? Like, is he a Houston candidate? Is he
I forgot about Simons. Oh my gosh.
Is Simons a Houston candidate? Like,
dude, I would love Simons. Oh my gosh, I'd be so happy if we got Simons. Yeah, I mean, I think he's a candidate anywhere. Honestly, I mean, like he was
saying, like, what would you have to give up though? Like, I'm not giving up Tari Eason and Jabari Smith Jr.
If it meant getting Simons, I would give up Tari, not Jabari. Tari Eason's been really. I'm a big
Tari best shooter.
Yeah, I would say like probably Tari and. Do they still have Holiday on their bench, or is he gone? You could do like a Holiday or something. Yeah, like an Aaron Holiday and some seconds or something. I don't know. I don't think it's going to take much to get him. Of course, I say that. I don't think if the Bulls take back another guard, I will scream. So it's like I just don't think that's possible. Potentially, maybe. Man, Shams, you are quiet today, man. What is going on, bro? So, bro, anytime we cook in our apartment,
yeah,
smoke goes up and it's just over with. The bro's in there cooking right now. I'm like, oh gosh, bro. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna let it go. Oh, I've been muted this whole time, bro. I've been talking. We're coming up on the 2-hour mark before the deadline. Let's see if anything else occurs here in this next hour. Unfortunately, my time is coming to an end in about 10 to 15 minutes because I have got class to attend. But yeah, we'll continue to track this as it goes down. Like we keep saying, any comments you have on any teams we should talk about, go ahead and throw those in as the deadline continues to approach. I think this will, and unless I'm completely wrong, I think this will be a very packed next 2 hours.
Really? Okay, that's fun.
Yeah, I think, because like Chicago's got moves to make, Indiana's got moves to make, Miami's got moves to make, Memphis has moves to make. Those are 4 teams I realistically am like, I can't see it really going other way. Like at least 2 or 3 of those teams are going to be making some moves. Potentially.
Oh, Miles McBride out until the playoffs. Herniated disc.
Well, that makes the Alvarado trade make so much more sense now.
Yeah.
Okay, shoot, that actually makes a lot of sense. What else we got? Central Sixers are looking to trade Eric Gordon. Okay, that's no surprise. No surprise there. You got any more latest intel?
No, I'm just reading everything they're saying. I don't have anything specific. Nothing that's like worth saying anything.
Yeah, I'm just reading Shams getting deep fried. That's pretty much it. I mean,
Was there anything specific you wanted to see before the deadline ended?
Well, I wanted to see Giannis get traded like any of us, but
Right.
I want to see Ja go to the Heat. I think that's something I want to see. I want to see the Bulls offload Anthony Simons. I want to see Indiana get a big man. I want to see Milwaukee just do something of value just to kind of put them in a direction. So I would just say those things are things I want to see in these next 2 hours. Trade deadline special just started on ESPN, so I'm sure that Shams will have a lot to say on Giannis if you want to go check that out. I would say that's what I kind of want to see before the deadline. Arian just reported that Indiana and Dallas have continued trade discussions on Ben Mather and Daniel Gafford. Don't know the truth behind that.
Who said that? I'm sorry.
Arian, SBC
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
Is that a pretty reliable source? What you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Michael told me that he works for Consensus. He's like super like that's a guy we should have on the show, honestly.
Dude, I'm absolutely we need to get more guests on the show.
He
for
actually
sure.
broke the Tyus Jones news yesterday.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, good for him. You guys, is that like his first headline?
I don't know. I don't like. I've only heard of him from this deadline. Like he could have done other stuff. So
Yeah, per Jake Fisher, the Milwaukee Bucks were never serious about trading Giannis. See, then again, that doesn't line up. You know,
it doesn't
someone's
matter.
lying.
Yeah.
Someone here is lying.
I mean, but maybe they were serious enough and they just wanted to hear what the offers would be. And maybe they just really didn't like any of the offers.
Yeah, maybe. How do you not like 4 unprotected first round picks from a team that's going to have nothing in the 2030s? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
because Steph will be gone.
Getting Draymond, Pajemski, Moody.
Yeah. But like, think about it. If you're the Bucks, like you got to get future draft capital, and especially
I thought the Wolves one was.
I thought that, you know, I thought Giannis to the Wolves was going to happen. I thought Giannis to the Wolves was going to happen, but unfortunately, it did not.
I think Jaden McDaniels could be a star.
I think he is. I mean, like he's proven, you know, he's proven time and time again he can be relied on in clutch situations, and you know, defensively, it's like, you know, he's been so good for Minnesota with these last 2 Western Conference Finals runs that they have been on.
Even that trade didn't make sense because, like, if you're the Wolves, then what do you have left?
Yeah, that was what I was talking about with my roommate. It's like because you know, you would have had to give up almost half your starting lineup to get him, and then you might have like put yourself in like a Phoenix Suns situation where you've got 2 top heavy stars and just no depth. So it did have its challenges, I must admit.
Yeah.
But
and I never thought Portland, like, he was not going to Portland.
Hey, don't worry. This summer they're going to have an even better package. That was so funny when Stein said he has no interest in going to Portland. I'm like, thanks for telling me something I already knew.
Right.
Golly, man. I'm very intrigued to hear what Shams has to say after all this, because, like, you know, you were the one that reported time and time again that separation was imminent, and yet here we are. Something like usually with stuff like this, like I keep saying, it just lines up. This just didn't.
Right.
Which just didn't make sense to me. I'm trying to find it. Oh, here we go. Yeah. The heck is Kenny Smith doing on the show? That's kind of fun.
They part.
Let's see. Anything else? Still no big trades. Once again, comment if you like. We can cover a few more things. Go ahead and subscribe while you're at it. Did we hit that 100 subscriber yet? Still waiting for that one subscriber to pop in here. Still not, you guys? Come on now. There's got to be somebody in here that's not subscribed. Surely. But hey, if not, we got all 28 subscribers in here. I'm down with that too.
Can you guys please subscribe, please, to the YouTube channel?
Yes.
Or follow us on Twitter, because I need 100 subscribers.
Yes, sir.
How many subscribers we at? We're at 99 still. Unbelievable.
Still at 99.
Is all 28 people in here subscribed already? I don't believe it.
I think my friend William, who joined, was the 99th subscriber. So shout out to him. That's Frost3407. So shout out to you for being the 99th. Let's see if we can get numero 100. Come on, Shams, give me something, bro. Like, there's no way it's this quiet. Like I said, there's still so much that needs to be done.
Yeah. I wonder, do you think Zubac gets traded?
I don't know.
I feel like it's a little abrupt. You know what I mean?
It's very sus.
Yeah. Like to just move off a defensive anchor like that. I don't know. Hey, what time do you have to go, by the way?
Pretty soon, actually. Probably like within the next 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
Yeah. So how do you want to do this? So like, let's say like we get off and all the moves happen. Should we readdress it tonight or?
Yeah, possibly? I mean, I won't be here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we'll do is, if a lot of significant stuff goes down, we're gonna have this as an episode for anybody that didn't get to watch. So you can go back and do that later today. And if anything significant happens that's like worth talking about, like Jah or any other moves with the Bulls, we will do a separate, smaller video, trade deadline special part 2, and we will release that in the next couple days, I guess, or whenever we're free to do that next. We'll go ahead and stay on for like 5 more minutes, just in case anything goes down.
You know we're gonna get off. You know what's gonna happen, right? We're gonna get off.
I know.
John Morant's gonna get traded.
Yeah, it sucks that this is our only availability, but I am glad that we actually had like a full plethora of trades to discuss, thanks to the activity in these past couple days. But no, I'm gonna be so honest with you right now. If something left field comes out and Giannis somehow gets traded based off these reports, I will actually lose my mind. Like I will go live from the classroom, bro. Like this better not happen.
What do you? I mean, it's not over. Who do you think has won the deadline? And who do you think lost it?
I think the Milwaukee Bucks lost the deadline. Period. That's the only answer I have. We've been over that way too much.
For now, as of
I'm gonna say the Washington Wizards
won it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You got 2 guys that can go in there on pretty cheap deals, and you've got some people to like put some butts in seats. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really good for them. And your friend, it's not much of a risk either. So I think they did a great job of both those deals. I would say wild card teams that have won the deadline. I would say Charlotte. Charlotte had a really good deal. I think they may have another move in them. What other deals? Utah possibly. I would say Dallas, just because of the future that they've now set themselves up for. Great job with that. Those are my wild cards. I do think Washington, though. Washington did a great job, and the Bucks were terrible. I would say the Bucks. Then my wild card would be the Bulls, but obviously that's pending because I think there's more coming. Those are the 2 teams that I've thought of.
I feel like for me, Washington's definitely one of the bigger winners. Just because I feel like they've like after this draft and the rest of this season, they've kind of picked a direction, and they're going to start trying to win games. And that, like you said, they got two all-star caliber players on really buy low trades. They didn't really give up too much. They didn't include any of their first, which is great. I think one of the other big winners, and it didn't come as you expect, but I think the Minnesota Timberwolves. I thought trading a Jaden McDaniels, trading Nas Reed, I think that just shrinks your window. And they were already not a deep team. Like they relied so much on Bones Highland for bench scoring. Like you trade all those players, I just don't think you have enough, even with Giannis. I love the IO pickup. I love that IO pickup. I think he's going to be amazing for them. Losers, I think the Bulls are losing right now. I think they picked the direction too late. They have all these guards. It's not over, but I think they're losing right now. Kind of the Pelicans, and this just goes back to like the trade they did at draft night. I thought that they could get so much for a Trey Murphy or Herb Jones. They just decided to keep them, and those guys are young enough but to come out and say that they think they have a playoff team, I mean, their team's gonna be the same next year. Like, how are you a playoff team next year? Yeah, I don't know. I think those are like my big losers of the.
For me with the Pelicans, it's like if you think you have a winning team, you're kidding yourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you've got players that would fetch arguably the most first-round picks out of any role player in the NBA, and Herb and Trey Murphy. It's like you don't even try dangling them. You know what I'm saying? It's like I easily think Trey could get you 3 to 4 first-round picks. Same thing with Herb. Like these dudes are very valuable. And then obviously you have Zion Williamson. I know we talk Zion to the Bulls. Maybe something like that occurs with all the guard depth they have, especially now that New Orleans offloaded Jose Alvarado. That could be something you potentially look into. I don't know.
Side note, Dave McMenamin just came out. He's the ESPN reporter for the Lakers. He said the Lakers are still looking at several around the margin options to enhance the roster with 2 hours to go until the deadline.
Okay. So they're not done.
Yeah, so that contradicts what Brad Turner said after the Luke Kennard deal that they were done. So
I trust Dave.
I do trust Dave 100%.
Dave is up there with the Tim McMahons of the world too, so I trust that.
So that's pretty cool.
Okay.
I don't know. God, the Lakers are now projected to have $60 million in cap.
I'm telling you, man. Watch out. Look out.
Can you just like do 3 unprotected picks and just give me Trey Murphy and Herb Jones and like let's go.
Dude, them alongside Luka. Oh my gosh. You know I used to dream of getting Herb Jones or Trey Murphy, man.
Trey Murphy, as much as I love a PJ Washington, actually I don't know. I think I might rather PJ than PJ's defensive prowess is really good.
I love PJ Washington. He's been so good for us. I love that guy.
Good, Ben. You know
I think he'll be around for I think he'll be I think he'll be a piece of the flag movement going forward. I think him and Lively will be guys from that finals team that will stick around. I'm just praying Lively gets healthy, man. I mean, it's been really rough.
It's also that's why I'm kind of like I don't know if I trade Gafford. Lively's health is a real question mark for me. Really
I loved Gafford and Lively together, the 1-2 punch. I've always had a lot of value in that. So, I would just have to see it go down first to really give you an opinion. I really don't know where I stand with it, but like I said, like the Mavs have so many great role players. It's like, just keep them around for now. Let's experiment with this flag era. We've got the cap space now. So it's like, we'll kind of just have to wait and see what happens here.
What's your thoughts on a Kyrie Irving coming back this season?
I think I would love to see him next to Flag, personally, for a little bit. For a little bit.
To win, like what's your whole thought process?
I don't know, honestly. It's a mixed bag. I think, Kyrie's obviously he's loved by all the fans. He's loved by me personally. It's like I'm glad he's going to be here long term. I think his fit next to Flag is good, but obviously you got that lottery pick and you just offloaded Anthony Davis. Do you hold him out till next season? I don't see any harm in it personally, but if Kyrie wants to play basketball and get out there, I say you let him get out there for a little bit.
Yeah.
Personally, we'll see what happens, because right now I feel like they're in a pretty firm spot on their lottery pick at 7. I feel like if you stay there, you're in a good spot.
Yeah. I think Lively. Damn, we got 30 people in now. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, guys. We're trying to
Did we get the subscriber, bro? Did we get the subscriber?
Let me know.
Not yet. Okay. One person that's in here right now.
If you got 100 subscriber, I will Venmo you $20.
No, literally 100%. Like I will split that. Like if you are the 100 subscriber, go do it right now and say you were the 100 subscriber, and we will Venmo you money, bro. Like I want to hit that goal before I get off today.
That's interesting.
Any other news whatsoever? Because I got like 3 minutes tops. 12:20. I probably got to call it.
You good?
Come on, YouTube. I want to see it. 2 hours and 17 minutes. Nothing but trade talks. We only had a few go down, unfortunately, but the quantity of content we had to cover was pretty great. Yeah, nothing new yet. Anything from Jake Fisher?
No.
Nothing yet.
I don't see. Well, time is ticking quick though.
Yeah, I know, because we're halfway. We're almost halfway through the first hour. So you wonder, does it go by quietly after all this stuff that's already happened?
I just wonder if your team, I do wonder, does Indiana just extend Benedict and revisit this in the next trade deadline?
I would be beyond shocked, honestly.
Yeah, but he was great for them in the finals, though.
Yeah, he was. Everyone was great for them in the finals.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and the Warriors, I guess are they done? You think they're done?
I think they're done. Yeah, I think
they're done. What's the starting lineup now? So they got Curry, Pod, Moody, Draymond, Porzingis.
Yeah, they're not doing jack squat. that lineup's not doing it. That lineup doesn't scare me at all.
You think they make the playoffs?
I think there's a very strong chance they lose in the play-in. That's my personal opinion.
I thought they would make the playoffs, but now I think they're for sure making the playoffs because, unless Garland comes back and keeps what the Clippers were doing.
Yeah, I think the Clippers will be a sleeper team to make the playoffs with Garland and Kawhi.
I thought they were a lock to make the playoffs, honestly, before the Harden trade. I just thought they were going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, because they won, 16 out of 20, something like that? Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to refresh a couple more times, then it's going to be time for me to log off for the day. All right, guys.
We're going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys for joining. We didn't get that subscriber, but we'll try again another day. We'll have a video coming out probably over the weekend, just dissecting all the trades once more, going team by team. What does it mean? Outlook for the rest of the season, all that good stuff. And all the trades that didn't happen that are for sure probably going to happen over the summer. So,
yes.
Yeah, appreciate you guys all for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yes, sir.
Thank you guys.